So hello everyone and welcome back to some more Tyranny here on our number 3 shrine or spire this was. And indeed welcome to stream for everyone here on Twitch streams for Visenek and Caesar, and yeah, let's tyrannize people. Yeah, at some point I will try to watch some of those lectures, Caesar, but definitely haven't had the time to really look into anything. So many group work, so much stress, so much trying to get past all of these tests. And sure, of course, it's not just about trying to get past the test or pass the tests properly, but also to try to actually learn that, okay, what sort of symptoms does someone with sydämen vajaatoiminta, as in heart, not working properly anymore, as efficiently, what sort of conditions do they have, and so on and forth. Of course, those things are good to know for anyone who especially would be working as a nurse, so you can recognize when someone has like that, even though it's not like I would be a doctor, but still. Surely that's a real word. But for example, it's one of those heart conditions that cannot, or someone has to already have some other heart condition like that. What was that called? I knew that before. I said it in one stream a long time ago, like sepelvaltimotauti in English, but now I suddenly just don't remember in this moment. What was that called? God damn it. Well, I don't remember. Fine. Yeah, time is an issue, and then I would need to record Let's Plays and edit those and have some free time too, so just a lot of stuff. Lots of stuff, but okay. Spire. Coronary artery disease. Apparently, yes, that's exactly it. That's what I was trying to think of, but coronary artery disease or blood pressure disease or something like that, you have to have already one of the heart conditions before you can get this bigger heart condition. Because of course,
my joints are beginning to stiffen.
You probably have a heart condition too, Barrick, with your stiff joints and stuff. Yeah, darn our fragile human form. Yep. Darn out. Somehow that brings into my mind Burnout, and I wonder what kind of a game would it be if it would be Tarn Out. What would that game be about? Not sure.
I got it.
You, a new NPC that joined us that I haven't really chatted to yet, so let's talk with Kilsh in Shadow. The beast woman squats on her haunches, back bowed and face tilted forward as she meticulously grooms between the long, callous fingers of one paw. A mauve tongue loves blood from her glistening claws. She glances up, a jerky, startled movement at your approach, but there's no fear in her, only reaction, instinct, only a readiness to strike.
Fatebinder wants beast woman?
The reek of an unwashed feral animal, bloodied and battle-worn, swatch you like a wet blanket, and you breathe through your mouth to keep from retching. Beast woman, more like beast woman. Time to hunt. Had any good hunts lately?
Good, yep. And many more than 5.
Alright, many more than 5. The beast woman flexes and curls her claws in the air, the pitch blackness of them suddenly striking, a stark reminder of their power, their ability to kill.
Waded up deep, murky stream near disfavored camp. Pawed in mud of bank, but did not leave tracks. Crept low and quiet to tent flap, scenting with tongue. Caught ironclads and dragged, squirming like hurt rabbits, into cold black depths of river.
She grins, boastful and wild with bloodlust. I'm grateful that some of this is voice acted because I couldn't make that voice very efficiently for a certainty.
Disfavored cannot swim like Beast Woman, only can sink.
How lovely. Fatefinder wants you to fate. I want your opinion on something. The beast woman rises up in response, lumbering over you, pale, scarred Scotch stark against her dark pelt. She inhales a sharp, deep whiff. Her upper lip peels back above a row of sharp fangs.
Fatebinder's smell weakens, dims as strength dies.
I've gotten stronger than last time around I was. Just saying.
It's good to ask Beast Woman for advice. Even strong Alpha needs cunning of bulwark at side.
Second in command, yes, of course. I think you could make that voice just really difficult to get back to normal wise, yeah. Maybe. How would you assess our progress?
On stealing territory of Beast Women lands humans call realms of Tearsmen. No Fatebinder claimed territory of Vendrian's where. Is good for Pack, good for Disfavored. Should Killers in Shadow care outside of that?
She crouches down and scratches the lower curve of her back.
Fatebinder claimed Horizon Rock called Mountain Spire at Vendrian's Well. Should claim more, take power as own, become stronger and stronger.
Yes.
Kairos rules own tribe and crushes threats to territory with attacks called edicts. Fatebinder should learn same mystic strength. Even Archons cannot win against edict. Yep. Our best attack we'll use to kill, survive.
Thanks. Never would have thought of any of these things. How would you have us proceed?
Do not like Disfavored, but Ironclads are strongest of humans. Return from throes of death. Fatebinder should help Disfavored Death Defeaters. Should always side with Pack that will win.
Fun fact, this beast woman actually just tried to do the voice and simply never managed to get back. The body transformation came naturally after. Ah, now I know. That does sound very dangerous to try to make this voice than ever.
But after, Killers in Shadow will slaughter, rip rend. Will kill Ironclads extinct. Will not hold back even for Alpha.
Okay. You'll hold back if I tell you that the Disfavored are a better alternative than the Chorus.
Better for humans. For Fatebinder, maybe. Not better for Beast Women.
The Disfavored may lack the rough, sadistic attitude of the Chorus, but under their veneer of honor is a raging hatred for the Tearsmen.
That's cool that Ep talks, even though Ep is just hanging out in here rather than actually being in our group. So what do you think of the others in our pack? Insufficient reputation. Her lips peel back in sneer and crawls low from the back of her throat. Fine. She yawns, mauve tongue curling between her white, gaping jaws.
Lead conversation. Beast Woman will follow.
If you're going to follow me, I'd like to know more about you. Gilshin Shadows puffs her hairy, naked teats out. Perfect.
Am best hunter.
She boasts, scratching one idly. Alright.
Am last of tribe. Tribe who killed King Vipers, Alarion, and Thorn Stags extinct. Am Alpha. Brood mother. Can smell earthblood like mystic.
Perfect.
What else does Alpha to Kills and Shadow long to know?
Describe your body, Beast Woman. Yes, that brings into my mind the game from Yakuza. Guilds in Shadow, that's an interesting name.
Best hunter is clever hunter. Stalk slow and soft. Bad, bad, bad. Silent. Strikes. Fast, fast, fast. Kills without hesitation.
How did you end up with the Stone Stalkers?
Am not Stone Stalker.
The beast woman snarls. She bristles, flexing her back and shoulders before settling back on her haunches.
Lost tribe. Left Havenlands. Migrated east. Was alone long time. Hunted many humans. Killed. Raged like undying fire. Then found pack of stone whelps. Caitiffs, outcasts of tribe, who needed alpha.
Could your tribe have been that different? I've run afoul of many a beastman in my day, and I find nothing that distinguishes their savage numbers.
Stay and see. We'll think kills in Shadow memorable when insides are being ripped, slow dripping from ironclad shell.
Well, I guess that would be one way of getting Parik out of his armor. So, if you were the Stone Stalker, why were you leading a pack of beastmen from that tribe? Didn't she kind of just tell that, though? Kind of strange. She told that she just happened across them that needed alpha, so logical. And yeah, very good thinking. That's the way to get him out of the armor. That's the way.
Is true. Am Shadow Hunter from Havenlands, but am last of tribe.
She dips her head in thought, the long tongue laving dried blood from her bottom lip. She worries the lip between her fangs, and bright fresh blood beats anew.
After tribe was slain, kills in Shadow loped to Stone Lands, stalking on long hunt for disfavored, but soon became needed by weak whelps, by stone stalkers who had been slaves and had not learned how best to fight.
Don't take this the wrong way, but you seem like a born killer. I don't think she can take that the wrong way.
Did not kill out of mother's womb. All whelps suckle first, learn later. Beast woman's first blood was in second season after birth.
That is pretty quickly, though. Second season after birth is pretty quickly. Guilds in Shadow hacks, a clear sign of her amusement. Well, would you like to tell me about your tribe? Insufficient reputation. Fine. Her lips peel back in sneer and calls low from the back of her throat. Yes, scratch
Need
yourself.
Conversation. Beast woman will follow.
Would you want to bait? I would like to bait.
Am bathing right now.
You gained loyalty with Guilds in Shadow. I gained loyalty from that. I'm baiting right now. Her red eyes brighten with amusement.
Don't simply drag your fetid tongue over another matted patch of fur. Stand under a waterfall or kneel in a stream. The crying statue in Edgering Ruins comes to mind.
Yeah.
Is washing with water for how packmate became trapped in iron? Did not think to shed iron shell first.
She runs her tongue over her fangs and rumbles a satisfied purr. No, that's not exactly how Parik got stuck into that armor. No, not exactly. That is a very strange way to gain loyalty, in my opinion. I would think that would not give loyalty, but apparently it did.
Should let Beast Woman prize shell from Ironclad. Then Kills in Shadow can play with disfavored inside. Yep.
Yep. Totally. Let's play a game. Immediately the Beast Woman perks up, back straightening as her red eyes rove you with interest.
Like playing with prey. Or with pack. Would play sometimes with stone whelps. Rut, mate, slaughter.
Rat maiden slaughter. Her dark maws part in a massive fangy grin.
I'm always down for a game. Unless it involves throwing and catching. In which case,
I wonder what sort of game you're then thinking about. Not something with throwing and catching, eh? Yep, indeed. Second season after birth, so like maybe 4 months after being born. Sounds pretty young for murder, yep. I would think so. I bet Barrick and Beastwoman have fun conversations. I see the synergy already. They seem to have some interesting conversations, yes.
It's easy. Packmate chooses one of each. Rat mate slaughter. If prey is chosen, pack joins ensuing hunt. If packmate is chosen and both agree to game, then pack gets to watch.
What does rat mean? I don't know.
Rut mate slaughter, eh? Well, does it have to be 3 different people? I rutted with my old gang boss, Fine Ass. Mated him for a time, and then I killed him. Of all my days running with the chorus, I think I enjoyed Ass Gang the most.
Ass gang? Fine ass. Ass gang. What a name. Sexy games, apparently, yes. I bet yes. Alright. Verse has some interesting comment too.
oh, I get it. Okay. I'd rut Barrick, since Kairos' forces need a little pillage and rape in return. I'd mate with Verse, mostly to take half of whatever land she's going to someday conquer. Obviously, I'd kill Lantry. Who wouldn't?
Okay, so that's apparently her choice. She'd rot Barrick, made with Verse, and kill Lantry. And who apparently wouldn't. I didn't think of killing Lantry. I wonder if Lantry is gonna say something.
What? I'm old enough to be everyone's father. This is disgusting.
Yeah. What?
Wow. I appreciate being included in this little... Well, I'm not even really sure what to call this. It's not like any game I've ever played, but... I'm gonna say nothing and pretend like I haven't heard a word anyone said. And then I'm gonna go sing myself a little Amnesia.
Yeah, I might like you to sing some Amnesia for me too, Serene. I think that would be beneficial. Maybe have Lantry join us, because apparently he wouldn't exactly enjoy that either, this weird game that we're having here. Barrick looks at you and simply shakes his head in horror and disbelief. I know, Barrick. I didn't think of this sort of a game either, after all. It's not like I had any idea. I think I did kill Lantry once, but I reloaded after.
How could Beastwoman choose any other? Would Rut ebb good and hot fast? Would mate Alpha and would slaughter, carve back to pieces, slowly, savoring while slicing flesh from neck. Yep.
Great. So, she would rat ebb. Would mate with me. Yay. And would cut Barrick to pieces. Good to know. Not that I didn't expect that, considering she does not like disfavored and Barrick is in the disfavored, so makes sense. Okay, we should definitely strategize how best to deal with our enemies and our allies.
Best way is with bloodshed, yep.
She grins wide, tongue lolling across her gleaming blade-sharp teeth.
Fatebinder has many allies. More enemies. Which do Fatebinder and Kills in Shadow on today?
Do you know anything about the magical guilds in the tiers?
Kills in Shadow does not understand human behavior towards mystics. Tribes should value, protect mystics, not treat like outcasts, caitiffs forced into separate packs. Humans fear and snivel, snap at own mystics, until mystics become strong alphas like Archons. Then humans grovel and beg favor. Follow Archons in droves.
Follow Archons in troves.
Maybe Fatebinder understands ways of human mystics better. Maybe not. Ask and discover.
Well, would you like to elaborate first how the beast men deal with magic?
Nope, nope.
Kills and Shadows catches a hip, close rake in a rough patch of scar tissue, bisecting the chart of the bone. Does not want to tell us about that. I can understand that, to be honest. But yeah, I like the Lantry totally fine, so I wasn't planning to kill him. To be honest, the Beast Woman is kinda still the one that I like the least, but on the other hand, she is at least different, for sure. But I don't think I want to be keeping her in our group or anything. She's just not really doing it for me. Don't wanna. We can talk, that's fine. What about the Beastmen tribes?
Nope, nope.
Let's discuss about the tiers who seek to divide Kairos.
Humans of these lands, of Beast Women lands. Humans called Tearsmen who struggle to fight against Fatebinder's tribe.
Kills in shadow crawls a soft noise of contemplation.
Which would Fatebinder have kills in shadow stalk for slaughter first?
What about the Ventrian Guard?
No pack was defeated by Kairos' tribe. Was small, easily hunted first time. Struggled, fought back to paws and knees, but could not have won second time. Was like hare challenging wolf.
Yeah, I like those phrases too. Nope, nope.
No, cute way of putting it. Though I think Kairos technically has 2 tribes that like to knock us around time and time again.
Many humans live in Beast Women lands. Kills in Shadow knows Tearsmen pack well.
What about the Bronze Brotherhood?
Lying kith. Are not brood brothers. Use bronze killing claws.
Wow.
Smell of tanned hide, blood, piss, and fire water. Fight like black-striped jackals. Laughing, nimble, reckless. Fight for trinkets, not survival.
Alrighty. Yes. Trinkets indeed, as in they are more of a mercenary group after all. Bronze killing claws, I think a lot of people do use indeed weapons rather than just claws, because most people don't have claws like you do. So that's kind of not gonna happen with human hands. Just you would have to get claws from somewhere at the very least then. What do you know of the Unbroken?
Strongest humans in Beast Women lands. Earth blood must pump hot fast through veins. Are tenacious, undefeated. Stand tough as mountains, even against disfavored.
Do not get taken in by the Unbroken reputation. The people of Stalwart are fond of rewriting history in favor of a version that fits their sensibilities. Imagine that many people rallying around an idea, a story.
Gameplay-wise, I think only makes sense to substitute Parik for her, tank for tank, but you'll probably miss a lot of fun conversations. Yeah, well, can't really be helped. It's not like I can have all of them in the team anyways. If I could have all of them in the team, then sure, I would have them all, but I can't, so. She scratches her hairy teeth, bares her blade-sharp fangs at you in self-pleased grin.
Lead conversation. Beast Woman will follow.
Well, what about Kairos and the Archons?
Fatebinder's tribe. No packs well.
She huffs and snorts. What do you know about the disfavored and the Craven Ash?
Disfavored hunting slave Beast Women. Only predators to rival tribes. Dislike. Admire. Envy skill. Want to stalk. Then want to kill slowly. Make scream.
Scream.
But disfavored do not yowl easily. Have taken killing teeth and throat, carving claws and gut, and survived. Alpha laves pain from pack. makes pack tougher. Deadly threat. Fatebinder walks, rubbing shoulder against shoulder with disfavored. Aligns with strongest predator. Kills in shadow understands. But Beast Woman will not be enslaved. Will kill Fatebinder first.
If you can. Cold red eyes cut through you, promising a painful, thrown-out death should you betray her. Well, I wasn't planning to betray you or take you somewhere that, hey, become a slave now.
This beast is clearly intelligent, but it's still a wild animal. Not something you can truly control or predict. Do you want to be looking over your shoulder this whole time?
Sure, why not? I have to anyways, I think. I don't know who I can trust, at least outside my party, other than I guess her anyways.
Bringing creatures into the military fold invites chaos. It can never end well.
What now does Fatebinder wish to yip about?
With a sharp-tipped claw, she picks a puck from between her teeth. I don't know. I don't want to spar with her. Don't think that's a good idea. So, never mind for now. I'd say. Hey, thank you for getting that sort of a thing removed, Visenekko. I'm grateful to have a moderator around. Have you been otherwise, by the way, than busy when you haven't been around for a while that much, Visenekko? Lots of busyness? You have 2 anyways with Lantry in the team. Yeah, I guess maybe. Let's loot this area first and foremost then. I didn't explore this area really. The old walls extend from the ruined lands out to the southern sea. Then more, I
Sorry.
guess, stuff to make
can't.
stuff with. The tidal waves of rock and rust have clearly spread their destruction far across the region. Then I do want to at least for a moment take Lantry with us for the very reason that there was a lot of stuff that we were supposed to have him with us for downstairs area, so...
One moment, my friend. Just let me finish this thought.
Okay. Ending his note with a flourish, Laundry licks the tip of the quill, pausing to taste it a second and third time before tucking the pen in the holster on his sleeve. Why do you always enjoy your freaking inks that much? So, what's on your mind? Did you want to discuss matters of the present, or would you prefer a more scholarly rant? Gather your things, you're coming with me.
I can sober up on the road. Ready to go?
You've been enjoying your inks way too much while you've been just relaxing in the spires. Goddamn Lantry. Gotta do a little bit better. Lantry scratches his eyebrows, leaving streaks of sepia ink in his white hairs. I can understand that it's been a tiring season for sure. Yeah, this year has been stressful to a lot of people for sure, Reese. Even though, of course, it's easier overall in Finland than in a lot of other countries. I understand that even if you would have the time, you don't have then the energy to be social. Yeah, that's the being an introvert, wanting to then, yep, gotcha. I understand. Well, it's nice to have you here right now at the very least. Definitely. Somehow Satenden, who hasn't even come up here today. She didn't remember that there's gonna be a stream. Might be, of course, that she's just busy. But anyways, Lantry, you'll come with us for the moment and time being. Then... Yep, being in Finland is the lucky break, really. Greetings, Vainpider, how may I help you? Okay, so I found this hilt in the old walls. What can you tell me about it? So, we can be going and smithing all sort of things here. Let's just check stuff out. That looks like the hilt of the Sentinel, one of the finest swords the Forgebound have ever made. With this I could recreate it if you want. Sentinel. That could be interesting. I found this helmet in Rust Canyons. What can you tell me about it? This is the Hawkeye helm. With this I should be able to recreate it for you. So I found these plans and this metal in the old walls. Can you make this for me? These are the plans for the Scorn, and you have the metal we need to make it. Wow, he looks shocked. I found reference to a dagger called the Heart's Blood. What can you tell me about it? Heart blood, really? Let me see the book. He looks at it. This is incredible. Unfortunately, the information in that book isn't sufficient for me to recreate it. If you were able to give me more information on it, I could probably make it for you. I wonder if he could free our friend. Do you think you could free my friend from this armor? Faint Painter. If you think I hadn't already had my eye on that problem, you don't know the forge pound at all. The locksmith releases a hearty laugh. Ho 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 ho. Master Sneyato of the Smiths of the Legion's Crossing Forge may be able to help you. Besides Nedia, who might help, perhaps someone not born to the guilds of the north? Barik simply covers his eyes with his palm and shakes his head. Far be it for me to gossip, Faint Pider, but I have heard tell of a smith with some knowledge of sigils work out of a small ruin in the Stone Sea. The Legion's Crossing Smiths likely know more than I about these matters. Alright, what about the other stuff? Tell me about the forge. He gestures at the nearby anvils. If you want to upgrade your weapons and armor, you can use any of the anvils. It should be simple enough if you got the materials. If you need something that requires Master Smith, like forging a one-of-a-kind item, come talk to me and I'll see what I can do. Is there anything else I can do for you? Well, what about forging something for me? Certainly, Fatebinder. Okay. Let's have a look. Lots of different alchemical options or stuff. Is Spire Forge plan available? No Spire option, well, available. Everything is available. No lockdown in Finland. No lockdown unless cases than in other places, yeah. You read about COVID sniffing dogs in Helsinki airport. Maybe they are the reason you're doing so well. Yeah, I think it's mostly because we only have 5 million people spread out to the full country, so it's a lot less. I mentioned you just a little bit earlier in Saten Tenho. Did you completely forget that I'm streaming tonight? But welcome to stream for you, Saten Tenho. Hope your week has indeed been good. I did send you a message in Steam too, just recently, about Tropico 6 and stuff. But anyways... I understand that in the spring there's still problems of the jobs or with the jobs because of COVID. Okay, but haven't been without work yet. Good. I'm glad to hear it, Senekko. But yeah, and main problems are of course in Helsinki with COVID, but there's a lot less everywhere else for obvious reasons. No, Sateentähno didn't betray anything. Just wondered if she remembered. That's all. But yeah, quite happy that not more problems. Enchanted cloth slippers. Only Siren can equip this. Dampening. Elegance. Dead Pinder. Looks cool, but definitely would be the one-handed axe. Definitely not two-handed. Commander's plate. Alchemist's clothes. Orb of life. Wouldn't it let her? Launch an orb of healing energy at the location. Control life plus. That would be something that I would like to have, possibly. This sort of alchemical clothes. But then of course I would have to be getting rid of the clothes that I'm using at the moment. Sorcerer's Blade. Interesting and interesting. Tease, bravado. Parry while held below 35%. Ostend parry. Albeit. Not bad. What about simplicity? +5 to all magic skills. Magus of arcane staves have experimented with means of imbuing a weapon with one type of arcane aptitude with mixed results. Difficult in the process of yellow staves like these, where proud reins of arcane disciples are bolstered in the wielder at once. Easy to cast a white net and hope to snag down a wriggling wish. Sentinel was the one of the swords that he mentions that we found. Yeah, the broken hilt. Not enough bronze ingots. Plus 5% to health while has wounds every 6 seconds. Interesting. Fighters who live to an advanced age will adopt swords like Sentinel early in their career. Traditions hold that the wielder edge is a tasteful representation of their life's path along the flat of the blade, and anyone who picks it up after their death will know their story. This practice gave way to complicated laws of inheritance and has faded from popularity. Pride of the Forgotten. Survivor. Minus 50% to all damage taken while health is below 35%. Only Barry can equip this, but that's a pretty cool shield. This shield is patterned off the lead of a traditional Northern sarcophagus. Runes engraved into the metal offer arcane words of protection and longevity. It is much too heavy for an average shoulder to wield, and only a Northerner would appreciate its meaning. Cool. I think I would like to make that. That sounds pretty cool. Ah, you were taking a nap and had hard time getting up. Vistenica said, same. You're all just having naps. Your employer lives in the UK, they're in lockdown again, delaying salary at the times too, can't get enough sales cause of COVID, yeah. That all sucks. COVID really makes times difficult at the moment. Oh, and the one thing keeping me busy is that I've been trying to run D&D campaign, only rare sessions, but still. It does take some effort, I'd say. Yeah, I would say that it takes some effort. I wonder if it would work. Well, I know that some people anyways do that sort of a thing, that they actually do keep those D&D sessions, that they actually stream live and stuff like that. Those sort of things would be cool too, I'd say, but again, would need a group, would need someone that would want to be doing the leading, and on the other hand, it would be still strange to just get into it without having anything like done any D&D before with a specific group and all that, so. But still, could be cool. I guess I did have that one role-playing session with Veriax in his stream back in the day with his game, so that was fun. Of course, still always a little bit different when it's a new group. It would be a little bit different that if you play along with the same group and then you kind of already know what sort of things and with what will be okay to do and all that, because everyone works differently for that sort of stuff. Caesar also just woke up an hour earlier. Alright, everyone's sleeping. Oh. Wow, you got your wisdom tooth taken out of your mouth actually day before yesterday. I talked about that wisdom tooth stuff and so on to you, that there was talk that I should have a couple of mine removed, and indeed I've asked you if yours was anything done yet. So now suddenly, yeah. But I still would need to go and actually reserve a new time to go and do that. But, well, at some point. Yeah, I hope it was easy enough. Otherwise, I might not be wanting to go into removing my wisdom tooths. Yeah, I would think the D&D streams could be potentially fun. And yep, depends on the group, obviously enough. For sure, Reese. A lot of time investment, of course. I've been in the, other than with Veriax, in his, when he was working as a D&D, or the game master, I've been 2 different groups before. We talk about doing something with Sare as well, but we haven't. But 2 different groups. One was a long time ago, the other one was indeed a year ago, and it was fun, but there's the problem when there comes some disagreement with people. And then that group kind of split in 2. And then I always feel that then if I had fun with that group in the Pathfinder, playing that game, but and I would have liked to continue, but it gets complicated when the group splits up, and especially if I wouldn't want to be picking the side, then it just seemed easier to then just not try to play it more with that group, because yeah, it sucks when something like that happens. Especially because on the other hand, I kind of like to play more with the people that were on the other side, but then I felt that I should have rather joined the other side, because on the other side was the guy, for example, who first introduced me into the group, and then would feel so weird that then I would go into the other group because of that. But on the other hand, couldn't be in both groups anyways, because of the fact that both would have been kept at the same day, Saturdays, so that wouldn't work out, so better just not go into either group, I guess. So, well, sad times. It seemed easy, but then again, I seem to never feel pain that much when it comes to my teeth. Yeah, it hasn't been that bad, at least for me either. And after all, they do still use those medications to make it so that you wouldn't be feeling pain in that area. So then it should be easy.
We're not waiting on me, are we?
Definitely on you, Lantry. You're the one who is just... You had used too many of your scribing thingies and inks after all. That's why we're just standing about. Haven't found a decent group to watch. Playing RPGs like Tabletop was super fun, but watching D&D on Twitch haven't worked for me yet. Yeah, it depends. Your group is pretty shy people, lovely people, but wouldn't imagine trying to get them playing public. Yeah, I can understand. I've only played like maybe 3 sessions as a player ever and immediately went to DM. But yeah, I only did the dungeon mastery sort of thing with Saten Tenho when we played the... What was the board game, Saten Tenho? When... Was it Space Crusader or what was that? Not Hero Quest, but the other one. But that's a little bit different with a board game to do that. It's not really D&D, but it was fun enough to just be like, oh yeah, this guy here, the final guy that comes out from there, supposedly. Well, I remember that one case where there was a room where there happened to be really stronger opponents in. And then I made out like, yeah, the first comes a cleaner out to check what's going on out in the corridor, and then they escape back inside because it just seemed logical. They wouldn't want to go and engage, and they were weaker. And then all the other guys basically who come out, even though they're stronger, they are going to die. But then somehow this weaker guy is able to survive longer, so it felt logical that he apparently was then the mastermind the full time actually of that conversations, considering he was so good to actually survive the longest, even though he was supposedly just a cleaner who came to check out the situation and everything. But yeah, that's just what came into or has stayed in my mind nonetheless. That wasn't fun at the very least to do something like that, just improvise a little bit in the moment. But it's different of course than in the D&D, but yeah, as a player I had fun, especially with both groups, but the first time of course is nonetheless always first time and don't know how it would go, and second group was in that sense easier because at least had done something of a sort before and started to get into a group with that group, but sadly then they split up, so didn't really work out then in the end. I did like my alchemist in the Pathfinder. In that sense, I've thought about kind of recreating my Pathfinder character for the game, Pathfinder King Mater, then wherever I would play that, but we'll see. Yeah, he also woke up the Doom machine before I got to kill him. Yeah, I think the really bad one, right? The worst enemy or something. I don't remember how it exactly went, but still, he was like... that, so to speak, cleaner who came up first to just check on the situation, just did so much in that. And everyone else kept dying, but then that goddamn guy just alive to the very end. But yeah, of course, the scheduling is always the biggest challenge in all of these sort of things. Yeah, Arkham Horror is fun. We've played that with Saten Tenho, but mostly, of course, it's a little bit different when if you play with just 2 people. It's better when there's more people to play with. We've played it with a little bit bigger group sometimes, but most of the time just the two of us, so it's a little bit different. But we've won games, we've lost games, plenty of both. Arkham Horror and then Elder Horror, or what was the other name of the other game that is basically the same, but just the whole world. But okay, enough talk of all of this.
Sorry, I can't.
Enough. Landry, you have your level ups. I'll never get to do anything if I just happen to just shut up out of all of this stuff. Which is kind of the problem. You got so many points. You got so many level ups. Sure. I don't know what to take for you, to be honest, so I'll take those, I guess. I wonder if I should try to be saving some of this stuff and see what exactly I needed you to have in there. I kind of feel that I want to be saving that up just in case I need something very specific with Landry. Let's see about then the Spire. Forge. There's light armors, metal armors. Yeah, I would need some of these guys. Sure. And then I guess you. Should I get you too? I don't know. That starts to be a little bit scary to go and get too many of them, so to speak. Never had enough nerds around to play stuff with, unfortunately. Yeah, that's the sad thing. I think most chances to win when you have 1 to 2 people. With 4+ it's too chaotic. Yeah, probably. But okay, let's go and check if we can get these stuffs in here with Landry, because there were some specific runes that only he was able to activate. So, need to check on that. What exactly did I need? Teaching siblings to play board games has its benefits in the long run. Well, if you have siblings that are enough of a same age range, at least even remotely, for me, thinking of even remotely teaching my sister, who is 15 years older than me, and really just played games like Monopoly and stuff like that with me, it's just, I don't think that would work out very well. This was one of those things. Was there also something in here though? Yeah, there is. Let's go here first. Makes more sense. At least I hope so. Anyways. But yeah, not really an option. Not really an option for me. Landry Voice of Ages talent is required. Voice of Ages. Voice of Ages. Where would such a thing be? Voice of Ages. There it is. That's why I didn't want to put anything anywhere, because, yeah, if I need it. Grants Landry hit precision and the ability to decipher ancient languages, a useful skill for discovering new magics during travels. Awesome. I did not know about that. I didn't even take anything for this one previously after all, so... Landry. This rune shimmers in front of the wall, sustained by unknown magic. Sigil of Spell Search. Cool. So it's in here, I guess. Yeah. Accent that causes spells to reduce recovery for a short time after being cast. Alright. Sounds okay.
Will do.
Then there was definitely this one over here. Maybe they all need exactly the same thing, which is fine enough if that's the case. Still slightly unsure though, but maybe that's the case. But I know there's more places than just these few with this. Yeah, I did enjoy Monopoly, especially as a teenager too, but it is a terrible game and I did lose I've never, not a single time, won against my sister. She just is apparently way too lucky in that goddamn game. So, it did make me cry when I was about 13 years old, because losing every single time, never being able to win against her, was devastating at that age. Sore loser maybe, I knew that it was a bad way to react, but it just was still like, never. Why never can I win? I didn't ask to win every time, but never. Eesh. He always won to the point that nobody played with me anymore. I still played with my sister, but she always wins against me. I know, she didn't cheat either. She rather even made the game easier, tried to say that, okay, well, the bank will loan for both of us more cash so that I don't have to go bankrupt yet or something like that, and none of it helps. She still wins. Every freaking single time. Every goddamn time. You won each time when you played with your sister. Now I know how she feels. Yep. Yep. Like I said, I never won. Never. Not a single time. Study the rune. Directed force. Okay, what's that like? Expression used to create spells that travel forward in a path, affecting multiple targets. Interesting. Cool. I do wonder. I think there wasn't anything I could do with this, but let's go and check just in case. But basically there was just these two downstairs, basically ways then afterwards. Yeah, that seems to be the correct one for it anyways. Then let's just make sure to check all the other areas. But it was her idea to play Monopoly. I think it's stupid to play Monopoly when you own Arkham Horror. At this point, yeah, I maybe for the fun of it, someday could still play Monopoly. But I think that only happens basically with my sister, who wouldn't be playing some game like Arkham Horror because she would have no idea what to do in that game. She really isn't. She never was a gamer. She only played board games with me because she knew I liked them. So it would be just such a pain. And I wouldn't want her have to be playing with me things that she has no idea what to do even. At least she can understand simple games. But yeah, that would be a little bit too much for her. Just a teeny tiny bit too much, I'd say. And these ones I couldn't do anything with as of yet. Yep, need something from somewhere else to be able to get there. Yep, can't get to that either as of yet. Nope, doesn't help me. That's of course just that. Don't really see what there would be. Well, there would be that other side anyways. Labyrinth board game was always a go-to with me and my mother, no matter how many years in between sessions, it's always it to play. Yeah, Labyrinth is cool. We played it with Sarah for sure a lot when we were younger. For sure with. Not really for a long time, because then there's so many other cool games already that we can play. But Sarah should still have the game somewhere. It's cool. It's a cool little game. Certainly is. A lot more fun than Monopoly. Especially for me. I did win against Saten Denho. I don't remember. Have you ever won against me on the other hand, Saten Denho in Monopoly? That's the weird thing. I've won against Saten Denho, but then I've lost every freaking time against my sister. My sister just not a scale. Just can't win. Just never can win. Never ever. There should be somewhere another rune. I'm pretty sure of it. Guys, do you remember? Where would there be another rune that Talantri could decipher for us? There's something. Yeah. There's something. Needed to just go and... Verse, you run here to activate this so that we can open the way. Oh frick, I managed to forget I even had Labyrinth. Should play it at some point again. Yeah, it's
So
a
much
cool
for
little
going
game.
back that way.
Yeah, it is a cool game for sure, so we could still play it again at some point. But I know and
I
knew
got
that
it.
you had it, but don't know where you have it in, but somewhere. Okay. Timeless form tree. Cool. Higher level. I don't even have number 2 yet. Accent that increases the duration of spells effects. Cool. Cool, cool.
Yes.
I wonder, was there anything else anywhere? I kind of feel that 3 might have been it, but I'm not completely certain. It's difficult. I wish that you could easily check if there is anything like that, but it doesn't seem that easy. Let's just visit downstairs quickly, I guess. You remember you had to... I honestly don't remember how Monopoly has been for me. Never cared that much about it. I think you at some point did say to me back in the day, nonetheless, that you... And I think I had won against you, but of course it's not, especially nowadays, anymore a big deal. If you didn't care too much about it, the chances are it wasn't too good for you. Probably yes, too, of course. So then tell them the truth. How much did you lose? We didn't play it nearly as much as I played it with my sister anyways. The few times that we did play, I think I won, but we didn't play it that much. I didn't have the best best feeling of Monopoly either, after all. So I wouldn't have played it that much with Sadenhoven. I all the time freaking lost it with my sister, so wasn't really that happy about it. Not entirely. Yeah, there's of course something, but I can't get there anyways. I wonder if the guy outside would have anything to say to us. Really though, Monopoly doesn't deserve too many good feelings even when you are winning. Yeah, it's a luck-based game after all. What more is there to say? Let's see, actually, I would like you to probably then, when it seems that it's okay, improve your Lord skill a little bit. Seems logical enough. Learned Instructor. When Lantry is in the party, all party members gain bonus experience for the Lord skill and bonus spell slot. That would be cool. Stances, apparently. What's this then? Not sure. Not sure. I guess I could at least take that one. Seems okay. Sure. At least you have more lore when you need to be able to try to decipher some more things for us in the future. Maybe. Kira hasn't been the only one I have played with. I really don't have any recollection if I have won or not. I believe you. I remember we talked about it, but it's probably again like 10 years ago maybe. At least 8 years ago when we talked about it, and I have a recollection that there was talk that I had won against you, basically. And I do remember one time that we played actually together, as in you played with me and my sister. And my sister still won, but then I was kind of like in the second best or something. I'm not 100% sure, but possibly. But my sister just always won, every freaking time. And win rate's so important with siblings. Win too many games, people get upset and nobody wants to play. Happened to me with said small card game, but I really liked back in uni. But I've still played always with my sister, but
On it.
yeah, it's just guess nothing with ya.
Right.
That's fine enough. Fine enough, I tells ya. Let's get back into the spire then first. 12 hours and 15 minutes to complete your journey from Oldwall's Bridge to Ocean Spire. How? How does it take that long? I don't get it. It doesn't normally take that long, but okay, sure, I guess I just wanna go there. And at least that will take enough time so that the research in the other spire will be completed, so I guess that's something. There's just better things to play and or do. Indeed. Indeed. With my sister I might still, but on the other hand we haven't played it for a while now either. Used to be a thing, but not anymore. No more. Alright, would you like to come with us, Serene? Macy from Fatebinder Mutis, that
Hello,
also happened.
Fatebinder.
Serene greets you quietly, face drawn. Her countenance presents a word, weary exhaustion.
What do you need?
Add you to the party. I'd like you to come with me, Serene.
Well then, let's go. If you're gonna teach me the wonders of the world, it's not gonna happen here.
Indeed.
I will return to our holdfast at once.
Indeed you shall. Okay, let's go and visit in our other spire, Fast and Furious. It's a funny thing that they can just 15 minutes just choom, just spawn into the other location. It's just a short distance to travel. Card games are fun, but I tend to forget all the rules to all of them. I've played Magic the Gathering when I was about 18 years old or so. 19, something like that. I did play it and I did enjoy it. I wouldn't remember all the rules anymore because it's been a while. The main reason that I didn't want to play it was basically that all the time getting the new cards and new cards and new cards, with all the time need to be getting new cards, isn't the coolest thing. Otherwise, cool game and all, but that's a little bit too much. Then the card games, which are just card games where you don't all the time have to go and get new cards, those are kind of more fun in that sense. Don't have to all the time be doing that. What's your status on the riches? I'm happy to say I've made great progress. He beams at you and exhales at welcome bread. Allow me to show you my findings. Hierarch's robes. Okay. And then scrolls. Well, can't do this. Recruits needed at the library 5. That's a lot of people you need in the library. I guess it would be okay. This is the library. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I would need one more. I guess you. I guess you could do it. Sure. Richards, the Dagger plans. Let's read the missive. On the subject of the spires from the Fatebinder Mutis. My dear Fatebinder, it is a poorly kept secret that Blade and Mark's job is more about killing threats before they become a problem. Official executions are really the minority of his duties. As I understand it, Kairos has long used Blade and Mark as a preventative measure. Since he can move about the world rather freely, and he can evade all but the most absurd powers, he's the perfect predator to send against the wild talents. I'm sure few in the tiers have ever actively wondered why there have been seemingly so few Archons born this far west. I'm sure folks with the potential to be Archons have occurred in the tiers time and time again, but they usually got down by Mark before the world hears of them. It's likely safe to assume Blade and Mark has his eye on you and has orders to use his own judgment as to when to strike. I've known the old man for ages, and I'd strongly encourage you not to try to appeal to him with overt displays of loyalty. He has no stomach for psychopaths. I sincerely believe he thinks every human being is a selfish, twisted knave, and there are those who are lying about, and those that accept what they are. No third type exists. So yes, I do think Blade and Mark will one day have to come for you. As I said, you could always hide or end your life now, but where you're headed, conflict is likely inevitable, Myrtis. Ask about the Archons and how they've risen to power. Dear Myrtis, I appreciate the insight, and I am honored by a vote of confidence. Your missive made mention of Craven Ash, and how you've known of him since before he wore the title of Archon of War. Can you tell me more what you observed of his rise to power? If I am indeed an Archon, it's safe to say I wasn't born knowing that I can or can't do, and it stands to reason I might learn something from the stories of the other Archons. Kide. Sure, Whis. Shame Archon Hormone isn't in Steam. I have few board games on there, but they're all played against other players, and I prefer team games. Yeah, not that I can play those games either, since no one but me has them in Steam. We tried to play some online tabletops in distance during lockdown, but with computer games everybody got too lazy and it failed. Only thing they had to do, buy 8 dices, and they forgot. Sure, but why they aren't forgetting to buy a new PlayStation 4 game each week? Yeah. This tabletop simulator, I wonder if that would have Arkham Horror. It has, apparently. Should probably get that then. Probably. Wonder how that exactly would be working out with that one. Not certain. So goddamn many freaking factions. If only I remembered exactly who was going to be giving me scrolls, if they had any and stuff. What have you made for me? Fine. Nothing. Nothing apparently for me. Let's go to Mountain Spire first then. Yeah, at least it's a little bit clumsy. Yeah, I don't know about that one myself. I don't know how encouraged I would be about it. Have no idea. No idea. Wow. You made me camping supplies amazing. That I have already full freaking stock of, so thanks for freaking nothing. No benefits. No benefits for me. No benefits. Well, let's go back into here then. At least we now have some extra people there anyways. Few at least. Yeah, I can have fun time with a lot of different stuff, of course. That doesn't necessarily mean that much, but yeah. Faintbinder. The man crosses his arms, revealing his scorch marked forearms. These forges burn with an energy I have not seen in some time. His eyes return to the flames of the forge. It must be true that this fire enchants all matters of magic. What have you made for me? I don't have anything for you at the moment. Check back later. And then you two probably have nothing for me. The man bows deep before you. Esteemed Fatefinder Kide, with so many hours spent in the forge, we artisans are a bit prone to gossip. Needless to say, the Fatefinder of the Mountain Spire has been the subject of many conversations while working the billows. He fidgeted with his hammer anxiously for a moment before lowering his voice. If I may be so bold, I have a question for you. Sure, ask away. Praxis's eyes light up with the same intensity of the forge behind him. From where does Kyros's power truly stem? Is it from the magic of edicts? Is it from Archons, or perhaps from the loyal subjects and their toil? Well, that's a good question. I can just shrug. That's a good answer. Just shrug away. Yep, I don't know. I wouldn't have any idea about the Arkham in the tabletop simulator. I know that at least some simple games work with it just fine, other than if you go and flip the table it might crash or something, I guess, but otherwise, I don't know. Bits of mighty creatures. This is kind of true though. These both are true too, but in the end, Kairos is at the moment the only one who can use edicts, even though the power would originally come from these sources, but at this very current moment this is something that if someone else can gain the same power, that would be pretty different, pretty great. Edicts are the crux of Kairos' power. Powerful magic can shape the very landscape, giving Kairos dominion over our reality. I hadn't considered that, but when the winds can be stirred by the very utterance, who's the question her control? Praxis quietly nods to himself for a moment, almost forgetting you were ever there. Ah, my apologies for indulging myself in the philosophical. Is there anything I can do for you? What have you made for me? As in, nothing at all. How does this stuff work then? Select a weapon or armor from your inventory to upgrade. Can we upgrade this? Probably not. This item cannot be upgraded. What a surprise. Your armor definitely can... Oh, armor can be upgraded. Kind of surprising. But I guess that makes sense. Cannot be upgraded. I wonder what I would even want to upgrade, to be honest. I'm supposed to be changing these for sure at some point. Just make that to superior, but quite expensive to make it into superior. I don't know. I don't know about that one. In here, rather, I think I would like to make something. It's just a question of what would I like to make, if I can make something. Need more recruiters for that. I guess I did think about this one. It is a lot of damage taken away when someone has low health, as in Barry could have low health and he is a tank. So it seems cool enough. Sure. Did I have anyone here who I could sell something to? Probably not, to be honest. Maybe I should then go and visit quickly in another place so I can actually sell some stuff. Let's visit here. There was someone else that I got there as a new recruit at least. Try Witcher board online game. Well, I wouldn't want to try it anyways as of yet, at least myself, because I want to be playing the actual main game first. Before that. Before spoiling myself with that sort of thing. You do have a lot of stuff, at the very least. Let me see, what sort of crap can I sell you? All sort of craps. As in gems and stuff. Diamond, 32. That's an expensive diamond. Makes sense, of course, that diamond would be expensive, but it's still expensive. Still darn expensive. Cash after cash after cash. I spent so much cash, and now I would just be getting more cash. That's a lot of cash. Lots of cash. Okay. Oh yeah, I should be giving that to Ebb. Don't want to sell that. Yeah, I already know the sigil, so I might as well sell it. Sure, just have all of that goddamn stuff. All of it. I don't need any armors of heavy variety because no one can use it. At the moment anyways. This is also bronze heavy armor, so yeah. I guess I'll keep something. I don't know, which is better? Unbroken armor, popped, hobgergon. I guess I'll keep that for the fun of it. Would need to again check. Did someone need something a little bit better? So many unbroken shields. Definitely can get rid of some of these. And all of these goddamn axes and all of these sort of goddamn things. Glory. Are you somehow special? Probably not. You seem to be okay, for sure is, but these are kind of valuable too, surprisingly valuable stuff. Like 83 again. Where the heck am I gonna spend all this cash in? Well, I'm sure that I can spend it pretty much for all sort of things if I really wanna, but still. Yeah, that's the insignia. Just sell this stuff. I already have that much cash. What is one supposed to do with all this cash other than buy stuff? I guess I could consider buying stuff. What's this? Performance skill. Limitless boundaries, attacker in force. But then it's the annoying thing that if I happen to find one of these in the land, then it would be annoying that I would have bought it. That's the annoying thing. I don't know if I should be buying these things. Did I get to play with you already? So sorry I can play board games with you. Yeah, I actually have that. I just don't have anyone to play with. I'm the only one collecting board games on Steam. I was thinking of also buying the Lords of Waterdeep, but after all, there's been so much other stuff that I've been playing that. But that's definitely at least Lords of Waterdeep is something that I would love to play in this Steam as a game too. So I should buy that one for sure. Is that one because it's a fun game. I have the board game itself, but after all, we are not always next to each other with Saten, so can't just play the board game all the time. Sad but true. Sad but true.
On it.
You were able to teach me lore. I know that much. Noxia was a new person. Glory to the voices of Nerat. Quite the impressive tower you have here, Faithfinder. It would be a shame if someone pushed you off the edge. The Bloodchunder grips you by your shoulder and tries to wrestle you to the edge. Kick her leg out from under her. She hits the stone floor hard and cracks the back of her head. Staring up at the sky with no evident consciousness, you assume she's dead until she blinks and looks at you. That just seemed like the best course of action. Ah, I wish I could say that I've made worse decisions, but this was a bad one. Bad, Noxia. Indeed. You're bad. Very bad. She pinches her arm and squeezes her eyes shut, enduring and releasing the pain in equal measure. Had you played actually Witcher 1, 2 and 3 all yourself through? Not at least the 3, right? So, you broke her arm then. Because I think not that number 3 at least. You watched them all probably at the very least from people. You look in the spa. Sure, I'll train a little bit of my staff skill just because. Why not? It's not that amazing, but why not? Must do something with my skills sometimes. My magic staff is at least slightly improved. Obviously not as important as lore skill, but still, can do something. Shage Nerai. Then Velos. Yeah, you've not made anything for me, you stupid person. Never making anything for me. You should be cool and do stuff. Oh, I cannot improve my lore no more. Her maximum level is 75 and now I cannot improve it no more. How sad. Sad, sad times. Well, good that I trained it a little bit, I guess. Well, I'll make my frost skill a little bit better, I guess. I did also then gain another level up, but it's just, I have so much money and then I don't want to buy the sigils and stuff like that, so it's not sure what to do. Not certain always what to do. Sure, let's get that at least to 16. What shall I do here then? That is very good. That is good too. Portion of their maximum health when any party member kills an enemy. Sounds pretty okay. Passive thing. This seems like a good one if anyone goes down. Accidentally. On the other hand, I am also tempted to take something more from our magical stuff. Problem is also to have a motivation to play them. We got a bunch of games from Humble Bundle. On table ones it was around 7. Never got to play any of them, not even once for 6 months, yeah. Witcher 1 I didn't manage to finish myself, but watch other people. Witcher 2 I completed one path. I still feel intimidated by the scope of Witcher 3 to start it, also not on this laptop. Yeah, obviously not on that laptop, but still. But yeah, I was thinking that I don't think you've at least played the number 3 game completely through. I was pretty certain about that. Let's take the Frost. Frost fits me, so let's not just immediately take the one that would let me just resurrect whoever I want. Let's rather take some Frost damage to myself into my stuff attacks, because it just makes sense. It makes sense. I would wanna be checking these different spells though. Which ones work with this new sigil? What would they do? Path of Frost. Frozen Affliction. Unleashes a jagged line of frozen spikes at jet forward, freezing enemies in their path. I would like to take that, so I would have something actually that would do a little bit more. And then this one can't have it, obviously enough, not too surprising. This is Ball Lightning, also cool. What about this? This one also can have it. Mischievous Mass. Frightened and Blinded Affliction. Confused Affliction. Interesting. Conjure wave of illusionary chaos. Enemies caught in the effect have their worst fears manifested, blinding, confusing, and frightening them. Yee, that sounds cool too. Sounds cool. Not for that. This even cannot do it. This can. Giant Boulder. Form a huge stone boulder, then send it hurling forward. The boulder bounces erratically and flattens everything in its path, dealing crush damage and knocking foes prone. Sounds cool enough as well. Do you think I like that still as it is? I could get something more for it again, though. Sure, some more range, sure. You could be improved a little bit more. Sure, I guess. Fine enough. I do like to keep those ones still with me. Sigil of Marking does seem more fun than this. That is interesting one though. Crowding Gore has this one, yeah. Seems like a logical one for it to have. Sure. Healing Wisps. This could be okay for this one, I guess, but then I would just need to take something away for certainty. That's not quite enough. Probably shouldn't take it yet. Then this one is the mirror image, yep. Don't think I need to upgrade it with any of those. Haste, I kind of feel that I will remove that and replace it with some other skill at this point. I guess recovering it a little bit faster, that spell. Then this was this one. Can't quite do anything of a sort yet. So, some more range I guess is fine. This can at least have this one. So whenever I do the Restoring Touch, also my spells overall will be recharging a little bit faster. Accent that causes spells to reduce recovery for a short time after being cast. But I guess it would be something that then I would need to, after this, cast the other spell. So it's not the best for it, but it's something, I guess. So let's do another frost spell for us. Let's do this one. Pad of Frost. And what else would I like for it? That seems cool. That it also marks them then. Oh yeah, I need to actually check on some of those if I can increase the time a lot. That would sound like a good idea. Accuracy sounds like a good idea. And sure, intensity. So it's then even stronger. Do I have any cool pictures for it? I guess we could go with that. It's a pad of frost. Alright, you guys haven't written anything more and that's a-okay. Just have to check sometimes. Yeah, but that does need a lot to upgrade. On the other hand, I don't need everything with this. I guess the range. But no, then that doesn't. This at least can have this one. Yep, that's easy enough to go and upgrade. Don't think I can afford that one. You. I can take something away, I guess. So that it would last longer. That makes sense to me, that would be important to last longer. This would be also cool to have it last longer, but then just would need to take basically both of these away, so I guess I won't do it quite yet. I can do it pretty soon, but not quite yet. Okay, I guess that's okay. Tidal Burst, you can at least get something with this now. Sure. Area effect, though to be honest I haven't kind of liked this as much with you anyways. At least then you wouldn't have to go that close, I guess that would be okay. Full Spit I do like. This would be... Marking, can't really do that one yet. Let's do that. A little bit longer time. Let's also make this last a little bit longer. This just intensity I think would be nice. And this one, I guess you can do this one, so it will recharge a little bit faster. And then this one also recharge a little bit faster, I guess. That's okay. Then you don't really need to worry too much about any of these other stuffs. I updated your things anyways pretty recently. Okay, so... Unsettled Core, a Crowding Core, Flesh, Rhine Spike, that one. All my healing things. I guess the Energy Shield is the one that I would then take away to be able to have this one in here. Or maybe have you guys different, so that the two frost spells would be close to each other's. Let's see it in action. It went the other way too. That's kind of strange. Well, interesting. All is okay, eh? What all is okay? Okay, well, I guess that's all. Then the big question simply is, where shall we go next? The one thing that we were supposed to do was to go and report to this guy here, as in Cravenesh, about, oh, well, we got that thing that we could go here. Or should we go into this place first? Or should we go completely elsewhere? But I think we should at least concentrate on this area. So what do you guys think? Will we go to Trappers Junction or do we go and report to the Craven Ash first? Then we got the sigil so that we could maybe try to get into the Sentinel stand. Kind of feels that I probably should go here first, right? To deal with the situation. I don't know. What do you guys think? On the other hand, being trapped in the Trappers Junction doesn't exactly make me the most excited. Trapper Junction was supposed to be the place where the leader of the Unbroken was at. That is what I remember. That the leader of the Unbroken was supposed to be in the Trappers Junction from what I remember. We had this as an option to go or to go into the Old Walls Breach to be able to possibly get into the Ocean Spire. And I definitely wanted to choose this first, but should we now consider going here first? We could go and report back, of course, but this quest kind of has something to do with this same stuff, but yeah, not completely sure. Probably then Ashe won't say anything new. Okay, well, should we at least try to go and visit there? Then we'll see. We'll see if he wants to say anything new or if he doesn't want to say anything new. Okay, encounter in the Blade Grave. You crest a rise in the road, revealing an expansive vista before you. The winds of Kairos' edict of storms howl through the Blade Grave, driving clouds of rust and grit through ravines scourged by the maelstrom. The arcane storm has twisted corroded iron and bronze into jagged formations that arc high above the land. In the distance you espy through the tempest a part silhouette, unmoving against the horizon. It towers aside a shallow gully, offering a momentary respite from the gale. Avoid it or approach it. I want to approach, of course, otherwise we'll miss whatever it might be it good or bad. By some combination of erosion and aceration, the structure is significantly narrower at its base than its apex, expanding upward like the bloom of an enormous alloyed tulip. As you approach, you catch sight of the bent remains of several banner poles, one of which even bears the tattered remnants of a standard, little more than a few dozen wispy threads whipping in the wind. Okay. Examine the formation then. You hold a hand against the wind to get a better look at the formation. The arcane edifice rises above you, an overhanging plain of shattered detritus, broken by the rare glimpse of bone or dried flesh. Desiccated strands of human organs dangle darkly, snapping in the wind like bullwhips. Empty eye sockets peer down at you from shadowed helms. Some of the metal looks salvageable. Alternatively, you could try ascending the tower by its jutting thorns. Again, leave, climb the thorns, or scrounge for salvage. I'm just too tempted to try to climb. So I'll climb the freaking thorns, see if I'll break my neck. You gained 150 athletic skill experience at the very least. Tightly gripping the curved spines above you, you raise your feet and find some purchase with your boots. As you pull yourself up, your back and forearms ache. Time dilates as you pull yourself higher, one hand after the other, and it feels like hours pass before you find an alcove deep enough to offer some respite. You climb into it, breathe in heavily, and are surprised to find a large fissure among the rusted stalactites. You lower yourself into it and find yourself in a small, dim room illuminated only by the threads of daylight peeking in through the windswept metal spines. Smooth stones compose the floor, and the splintered remnants of wooden posts bear up the 5 corners. A sizable square opening, framed with worn wood and bearing a pair of broken hinges, is sunken into the floor near the far wall, descending into the deeper darkness. Leave! No, lower yourself into the freaking darkness. That's the smart thing to do. Yeah, I was thinking too that maybe I could rest, but on the other hand I still have the lower pawn, so should I rest? I'm not wounded even. I don't know if I used even any special abilities. If I used any, hardly any. So that's why I was thinking that I don't know if I need to rest. You drop a torch into the hole and, when nothing hostile responds, gingerly lower yourself through the door. Your feet find purchase on a ladder of holes cut into the stone, allowing you to climb easily down. After retrieving the torch, you discover yourself within a quiet pentagonal room sheltered from the edict raging outside. Judging from the shuttered arrow slots, the rack of Vendrickris-coded weapons, and the empty armor stands, this was once a watch post of old stalwart. The scent of decay and old feces permeate the air. How lovely. Search the ruin. This must be what this smells... 6 subterfuge skill experience. This must be what it smells like to be barrack, first mutters. Being in that sort of a little goddamn room. Just... And it stinks. Yep. Sure, vice versa, I agree. For the most part, the room is disappointingly barren. A table stands against one wall with some simple dust-coated dishes. Clothes are piled under some moth-eaten hammocks. As you pass your torch over one corner, you find the jumbled remains of a watchman. The broken bones and disarray of the skeleton suggest a violent demise, as do the human-sized teeth marks. Finally, you see a corpse in the corner a few yards from the entrance. Its leathery skin largely intact save for the gaping wound in its abdomen from which long dried organs spilled and convoluted into a single mass. The body is folded over an old war axe. You brush the dust from the handle and find the wood intricately worked in the ocean iconography so common to the tears. Taking the weapon's haft in both hands, you pull it from the dead man's abdomen. You are rewarded with an iron-headed axe of unusual quality. The preternaturally sharp blade reflects, or perhaps glows with, a faint green light. Prize in hand. Entropy rent placed in stash. Prize in hand, you leave the tower and continue towards your destination. Entropy rent. Quite valuable, gotta say. So it's has scoring and eroding. One-handed axe. Or is it Bane touch stuff? Or is it just comparing to my Bane stuff stuff? I think rather. But scoring on weapon crit, -1 to armor, stolen after 6 seconds. Eroding on weapon crit, foe target versus endurance degenerating for 5.9 seconds apparently. This axe boasts a sharply honed dark iron blade set into a bronze haft. Imprinted with it is Sigil of Pox, Archon of Ruin. The head of the weapon feels unpleasantly cold to the touch and pulses with a faint sickly glow. Though you found this weapon abandoned in the belly of a corpse in the Blade Grave, you suspect that it made its way south from the lands of Kairos, where iron weapons see much wider use. Interesting. Alrighty. Something interesting to find at the very least. But yeah, let's check with the Craven Ash, and after that we'll see where we go. We see where we shall continue.
Will do.
Myotis is responding to me, however, which I am happy about. And apparently also Sage L. Kira, this is sort of a question that can get you killed. Very little is known about how Archons are born or come to power, and my long life has taught me that Kairos and the Archons prefer it this way. If the young and talented remain forever in the dark, the old and mighty can rule without challenge. I heard of Ash. He will always be merely Ash to me, before Kairos named him and gave his legion backhanded title. As a rebel, a grimy, illiterate partisan who was winning battles while his countrymen of the Northern Kingdom lost left and right. Ashe was always a good leader, but he wasn't born able to mystically reach out and protect his soldiers. The earliest mention of it isn't even until the tail end of the Northern conquest, and if you read the journals, they don't tell stories of previous harm warded off by Ashe's stern looks. Instead, they talk of his soldiers finding their fears and doubts lifted from them by Ashe's presence. A careful reading suggests the ability to actively protect physical harm came years later, as that bond grew and, more importantly, as his legend grew. And that legend part is the key detail. In my understanding, an Archon's power is something of a self-fulfilling prophecy. The widespread perception of an Archon's power is the very thing that strengthens an Archon's power. So in Ashe's case, he had some early inkling of a power, the ability to assuage the burden of his men, and as he took on a mantle of power and became known all around Terratus as the next Archon of War, it soon became the ability to bear the physical burdens of his men, not just their fears and doubts. Thus, my advice to you is to act like an Archon. Take power where you can find it. Foster fear. Foster love. Never walk through life anonymously, but rather live in the thoughts of your followers and the anxieties of your enemies. Myotis. Well, let's ask about Kairos' wrath next. Dear Myotis, thank you for fading in all of this. To ask perhaps too obvious a question, if I am such an anomaly, such a threat, why hasn't the Overlord dealt with me right away? An edict or just a simple request to blade a mark would be no small threat. Neither seem to have happened just yet. What is your take on this? Why hasn't Kairos dealt with me? Why not, indeed? What about you, Sage? Okay. You unfurled a missive to see your reply from earlier. Whether the original sender is lost or dead is unknown, but what is clear is that the carrier bird that first delivered word from the Sage L was unable to find its original sender, and so has circled back to you with your undelivered missive. Interesting. Well, maybe I should go and try to check on him too. That kind of makes me want to go there first, as soon as possible, just so that I can hopefully still find him there. Hopefully nothing too badly has gone wrong. Rings are always needed. Yeah, sure. Myotis, describe your body. My body? My bra got a bit tighter recently. I don't know why I'm telling you this kind of personal question. Jeez. Yes. Totally. I'm sure that would definitely be what they would respond. But they did talk very strange stuff in Yakuza, gotta say. Very strange stuff. Had you ever watched Yakuza before? Or had you, well, Tyranny at least you have known, but had you watched Yakuza before? Yakuza 0? Firefighter, you return! Though this cockinal smile, you just barely detect that Ashe is wincing. Is something wrong, Archon? Nothing I can't handle. The war takes a toll on everyone it touches, but in my case the price can be heavier than most. He rises to full height and dismisses your concerns in an authoritative shrug of his shoulders. But never mind that, you didn't come to hear about an old man's aching joints. We have a realm to subjugate and people to break under to his favored banner. What is it you require? I have returned from the old wall's breach. He strokes his beard and ponders. You put much at stake in plumbing at those ancient ruins. Though these lands are not wholly subjugated under the Empire, we are still beholden to Kairos' laws against entering the old walls. I appreciate that you take such risks on my legion's behalf. We can only hope that this mad scramble for heirlooms futures the goal of the conquest. I suspect that even mighty Tunon would forgive our transgressions if the war depended upon it. That's just a little bit too much saying that. Do you really think that will mean trouble? Not for me. I would have you go to the ends of Teratus if it meant bringing down the voices of Nerat, and that includes the old walls. If Tunon takes offense to your actions, then I leave you an abjugator to sort out your differences. I recovered the steadfast insignia which should allow us to pass the wind wall. The Unbroken were crafted to think that one of the region heirloom would circumvent Kairos' magic, and we will reap the benefit of their foresight. The last of the regent will die, and the Edict of Stones will be dispelled, the subjugation of Starwood is nearly complete. I am ready to see if this old trinket can get us through Kairos' storms. Alright, Sentinel Stand is now unlocked on the world map. I'm dispatching 2 forces to Sentinel Stand, one led by the Iron Guard Rumalan, and one by Commander Dimitris. We are closer to breaching Sentinel Stand than we've ever been. If you have questions, voice them now, otherwise I anticipate your victory against the Unbroken and the recovery of my daughter. Alright, so basically, yeah, there's the choices. Now we can either go indeed already to the specific main battle, as in the Sentinel Stand, or we could go and try to deal with the Unbroken leader, or we could go all the way to the Sage and check how the heck he's doing. The Sage that requested us to come and check on them. Those are the 3 options. Which one would you treat? Which one of you 3? Which one you guys would choose? We've reported back. Now we can just go here and try to recover his daughter and kill the main enemy. There's of course I guess this will be available anyways even later, but still. And then here was supposed to be the Sage that sent us the missive to go and meet with him. So we could try to go all the way there too. Yes, I watched a bit of the story, mostly of Yakuza 0. I watched around 10 hours story in the beginning, how we met Tachibana, cutting finger, etc. and weird side quest, obviously. Know a bit of story about the girl, but not in solid 95-100% of your streams, new to for me. Alrighty, Caesar. Let's kill some daughter. The daughter was supposed to be rescued. Wait, it was to kill, not to save, right? I think it was supposed to be save the daughter of that guy, yes. So those are the 3 options. So Visenekko, you would say to go save/kill the daughter then? Alright, we can do that. I don't know about if it is... Let's save her or something. What about Satenten or Caesar? Do you guys have any preference? What do we do today? Maybe I can get one more area at least completed. Maybe try to free Barrick from armor, but missing missive is a troubles too. Yeah... That's the main problem, that I'm kind of afraid that maybe that guy has some troubles with him. And sure, we could go and free Barrick, but I don't know if I should do that anyway, so I haven't been doing that for yet. Kind of wanted to try to deal with this area first. So I don't know. Maybe. But yeah, I don't know. Should I go and then visit here when I'm worried if the freaking Sage will be alive that sent us the missive? I don't know. I wonder how big of an area that would be if I went there. It's difficult to choose sometimes because I kind of would like to do all. The order is the main story, everything else is side quest, I think. So maybe I should do the side quest first the side quests. On the other hand, I don't know if it matters that much if we do side quests or the main story first. In this case. You don't have the DLC with Bastard Tire stuff, so I know nothing of it. Well, maybe we should go there then. See about this goddamn sage. Maybe. Yeah. So, the Shattered Bastion. Crouched in the southern mountains of the Bastard Tier, these ruins are all that remains of a fortified estate that ended up perfectly positioned to serve as a second line of defense from the tiers if 4 thresholds fell. It might have held for spans, had it not been for arcane might of the Archon of Stone. Sure, let's travel there then. Then just teleporting and then traveling the rest of the way. That's a long goddamn journey. Days pass on end. Hope we can find the sage. I would have been interested to go indeed and try to just do that one main story stuff because it would have been interesting, but wonder why we got those. Ocean Fire, the Blade and Great Pride of Gordon completed. Yay! And research Decker plans completed. Well, need to go to the spires after this again. Pleasant music. Another missive as well, of course. Mutis, I guess. This is just automatically already archived, I guess. I don't wanna hide the archived messages. It gets confusing when they are archived and I get confused. But okay, so you just then go and send me another message that I can't anymore then respond to. Archon Kide, allow me to address you by such a title before it becomes fashionable to do. I pride myself a woman who stays ahead of the trends. Why Kairos might some but allows others to exist is a question we all ponder. The Overlord can certainly appear arbitrary, and if I've learned anything, that's the point. Kairos is intentionally aloof and distant, both for matters of personal security and because if you had to wrangle the most powerful entities of Terratus, you'd need to keep them from getting too comfortable. To me, the most obvious answer is that Kairos knows exactly what you are doing. She probably approves of your action and is likely working at every opportunity to create a situation wherein you are acting in your self-interest, while satisfying her ambitions as well. You have to consider one important detail. There's nowhere left in Terratus to conquer now that the tiers are in the Overlord's grasps. What would the great generals even do in a time of peace? The voices of Nerat is barely tolerable when you have a need of a spy master. Why keep around such a monster when you no longer have need of such a gruesome weapon? I would argue it is in Kairos' interest that the tiers be a costly invasion that claim the lives of as many of the Archons as possible. Not enough meat on the tiers to keep too many sharks sated very long. Kairos ordered everyone to take Ascension Hall or die. The or die must have been an acceptable option, correct? If I had to hazard a guess, I'd say you have the unspoken backing of the Overlord. It's not like Blade and Mark can't fight you whenever he wants. Myrtis. Yeah, kind of Kairos' approval for now at the very least. Just kind of slightly uncertain what to think of all of that. We do have a pretty good amount of favor from Blade and Mark at the very least. Lots of wrath from the voices of Nerat. Very much favorable from Craven Ash. Tunon is kind of both, a little bit. Both of these have actually quite a lot of renown at this moment. Lots of stuff for these people to get loyalty to. Scarlet Chorus. What did that actually do? Favor of the Faintbinder. Damage Absorption Shield. Yep, that was that. Passive plus 10 to defense against spells. Cool. emitting as a thing. Entry and guard, everything into frat. Lithium's cousin doesn't have really any bonuses or anything of anything.
Right.
Okay. A statue of broken variety. Though this may once have been the entrance to what appears to be a grand estate in the tiers, little remains of it now, save shattered ruins. How sad. Good Ilto, as in Ilta. Zaz.
Ash really had you wreck this place, didn't he?
Certainly did. Like wrecking things. Welcome, welcome, Zaz. I hope your week has been a good one. On a serious note, Mutant's Letters is such an amazing piece of lore, best explanation of why anything happens. Yeah, I've definitely liked those missives. They're cool. Damage absorption shield as opposed to what other kind of shield? Well, I guess you can just try to protect yourself with a shield, but it doesn't necessarily absorb damage. I don't know. I'm okay. I've had a stressful week, but I'm okay. I think I survived through most of my tests, so okay. That's about what I can say.
I can't.
At the very least. I think I've managed to survive. Okay, let me just try to explore as much as possible of this goddamn location. Hey, there's at least some people. I guess it doesn't matter if I talk to people first or not. A group of unkempt, filthy commoners huddle among a motley of perils and poxes. The heavy stench of sweat, stale food and grass cling to the still air. The presumptive leader of the group stands as you enter and move up towards you, weapon in hand, moves towards you. The approaching woman's olive cheeks seem drawn and shallow, dark circles, shadow eyes that survey you before searching over your shoulder. Seemingly reassured by her brief inspection, she lowers her weapon slightly so that it's not pointed directly at your chest. Her muscles remain taut, however, her stance that of a veteran soldier ready to respond at the first sign of aggression. You didn't bring the chorus in with you, and if you were disfavored, you'd have loudly bragged about your pedigree already. So that leaves me wondering, just who are you? Not representing Graven Ash, for sure. Gide, Fade Pinder of Dunon, and you are? A Fade Pinder. Fantastic. Her tone suggests that it's anything but. You're here to kill us? Or can we convince you to keep our presence secret on the Chorus madmen? You still haven't told me who you are. She blinks rapidly. Right, I haven't. The name's Kunet. I'm the guide for this little band. Used to be more, used to be a mercenary, but no one's offering coin for a plate anymore. If you went born north of the gates of judgment, there's nothing for a warrior save cloth of crimson or a mass grave. Red or dead, as they say, she sighs. So I stopped worrying, more or less. What do you want exactly? We need to get back inside the mountain. We'd come out. She falls silent for a moment and a slight shudder runs through her. We'd come out to scavenge for supplies. When we got back, we found crimson assholes crawling all over the place. You live in a cave? Well, it wasn't our first choice of homes, but we've taken shelter in a nearby cave. While we were out looking for supplies, this chorus goon somehow buried the cave entrance with rubble. We could excavate a path, but not with chorus spears brought in our rears while we dig. Well, anyways, I'm an enemy of chorus, so I can kill them. No problems. Help us be rid of the scarred shit stains and we'll scourge up some appropriate recompense. I know they've got one of your people up there, one of those creepy scout twins. Not sure how much help that is to you, but maybe keep it in mind if things get bloody. Your crimes. Will you help me with the chorus? As much as I'd love to make battle centers of someone Crimson Scum, I've got too many wounded. Well, I'll see what I can do. Thank you. Let us know when the Kang is no longer a threat. Find the sage that summoned thee. People will starve without these supplies. You ever seen someone starve?
Right.
Not yet. Gladly. Thanks for the boots. Noblemen's sandals. They're better than my freaking sandals, so I guess I might as equip some freaking better armor for myself. When the sandals are better, but on the other hand, they goddamn sandals. Why are sandals better? Fine. I guess I need to equip them even though it looks stupid to have just sandals. But they're still better than my stupid Archon Noble Tunon boots. Why must they be better? That's my question. Alright. Well, that's otherwise all in there. I guess we could use the rope if we want it. Do I want to yet though? Wouldn't I like to be going and checking the other areas first a little bit? Light leather gloves. Let's just check this area first completely and then we'll go and climb up. After that. Yay, Ignots.
Sorry, I can't.
Hey, Scarlet. Scarlet Choruses. Woohoo. The Crimson-clad Kang before you has yet to notice your presence. Their focus rests solely on the balcony above, where a broad-shouldered man in battle-worn armor shouts down at them. Who goes there? Who goes there? You know who we are, boss. Remain silent. Apologies, stranger. He puts a hand to his brow as if shading his sight. I can't make you out from the distance, and I hardly know the voice of every child in the tears. Rolls the butcher. The gentle babble of laughter filters down from above. Oh, wonderful, rolls the so-called butcher. You know him, Verse? Unfortunately, I thought he died in the taking of the bastard city. Perhaps that was a wishful thinking. Wonder how he found his way, found this many wayward fools to follow him. Child, for fuck's sake, Rolls, let us in already. Is that you, Warbler? With your pretty voice, I mistook you for a little girl. Remain silent. Yes, boss, it is I, Warbler, and our faithful crew. We've returned from the successful raid, catch in hand. What's that? You're here to raid us? Hear that, javelins, they came. What? Fine, if you're in a mood to and want to play stupid games, we'll just divide the spoils with you. I just want to hear what they talk. Ah, Warbler, we were having such a good fun with you. Why did you have to make things so serious? There are few things we never joke about in this game, like sharing. Are you shitting me? What's that you say? You want me to shit on you? That doesn't seem very clean, Warbler. But if that's what you want, another round of laughter from the other chorusmen. Need you seek further evidence of the course culpability, or the problems that Vengeance well, faint finder? Keep listening to the argument. Everyone down here thinks that this is really funny, boss, but we'd really like to sit by the fire and have a decent meal. I don't think you're getting in here, Warbler. Or were you planning on taking the fort from us? What? I'll let you put your words in my mouth, you shallow sack of cock cheese. I can talk to you for however I desire, and if you can't take it, you aren't tough enough to run with a Kang. In fact, I think we're overdue for a display of your worth. Test of our word. We just spent 4 days sacking the countryside for you. Now let us in already. I don't recall ordering a raid. No doubt you've been recruiting your own gang and are here to defy me. Well, your mutiny ends here. That's why I like keep silent option. Yeah. Even though I kind of feel that if they're gonna get into a war, I would like to go up and there and just kill these guys myself. Mutiny. I've been loyal. My crew's been loyal. How dare you? Then who are your reinforcements? Huh? All points a finger at you. Or did you let the enemy shadow you back home? Either way, from move. Huh? He looks back at you, eyes wide. Futa, where the hell did you come from? It's the faint biter to know, idiot. You know, the master of the mountain spire. His attention focuses entirely on you. Though, now I'm curious, if Morpolo didn't come crying to you, what brings your way out here? Faint biting. Finally they notice, yeah? Finally, at the very least. Fate binding. Huh. This must be that legendary Fate binder sense of humor. He's not really understanding it. Claire silently. Look, I'm more than happy to help you with whatever task the Archon's got you doing, but first I need your help dealing with the idiots down here. He points from the balcony at Valper and his gang. A legend like you won't even break a sweat calling them. Are you fucking kidding me? I've broken no law, just done what my boss told me. Stow it. The only meaningful law in the chorus is not suffering the weak. And you are weak. The faint fighter, he is just gonna thin the hurt a bit. He meets your eye, ain't you? I wouldn't mind killing those guys. But on the other hand, I really don't care to do anything that Trolls the Butcher asks me to do. So I'm very tempted to just say that, yeah, you guys just work it out by yourself. When he's requesting me to do that, that's where I draw the line, that doesn't really feel like the right thing to do. Really tough question though. Should I or shouldn't I? What do you guys think? Do you have any ideas or opinions? What would you like to do in this situation? Would you attack Warpler, the innocent guy who has been waiting for his boss, because the boss wants us to kill now this guy, or just leave and just say that, no, you guys just deal with it? Clear silently. Yeah, but that's not an option here. I guess a leave is the most likely clear silently option, in my opinion, in here, but... The only meaningful flaw in the chorus is not suffering the weak. I'm sorry, I hit the microphone a little bit. You're not pinning this moral choice on me. Just opinions. It's not like I'm pinning anything on you. It's not like you would be responsible. No innocent in chorus, I know, I was there, but working for Butcher seems wrong. Yeah, like I said, that's where I would like to kill these guys, but doing anything for this guy just seems absolutely not something I want to do. So I guess I'll just indeed choose the one that I was saying, that I think I wouldn't be able to think of doing anything for this dude. So, work this out among yourselves. If you're not going to help, at least stay out of our way. Run along, faint biter. But then you're not doing anything anyways. Resting his hands near his blade, Warplo offers a wary smile. So I don't suppose you could not kill me? Vampire, you're back! Rolls beams down at you. I hope you're going to show these pups what the real blade work looks like from the inside. What's that even mean? It means you're gonna get stabbed, you beast, fondly flee, Prato. I'd rather not get into the middle of your dispute. Lower the ramp and let's talk. And let them follow you up away. Lower the ramp, or when I get up there, I'm going to show you your own intestines. I'm up here and you're down there. I've heard a lot of stories about you, Faintbiter, but the ability to sprout wings and fly was not one of them. Well, how do you think I got to the top of the spire? You know, I hadn't thought about it. He shakes away the thought. Come on, Fatebinder, kill the kid and give us a show. No shows for you, you goddamn idiot. It might be that I have to kill these guys later anyways, but I'll kill you first. Then I'll see if these guys are still up here and wanna get killed or something. But you first. I'll climb up there first and kill you and, so to speak, fly up there to meet ya. No, I clicked the wrong button accidentally. Okay, I'm not gonna do that.
Yes.
I have to load, sadly, because I accidentally clicked the stupid wrong button. Because I just quickly clicked and then I clicked the wrong stupid button. I'm just gonna do that all over again because that's annoying. I accidentally just pressed the wrong button. It just happens when you just move your mouse quickly and just thought that I'm gonna press that button and then I'm pressing exactly the incorrect button. But no, I'm not gonna keep that. When I wasn't planning to do that by no means, then I'm not gonna do that. No freaking way. Sure, I have to explore all of this again, but to be honest, I might as well go there then a little bit later and just go and check these guys out first.
See that?
Seems like a logical choice. When I have to do this all over again anyways.
He really had you wreck this place, didn't he?
Like a telephone game, yeah, well, can't be helped. Sometimes it happens that you just accidentally click the wrong button.
Sorry, I
When
can't.
trying to quickly just get out of that option and stuff. We did already witness this, so we can just go through. Ah, hit the wrong answer, indeed. Just do all the same options. Faint binding. If you're not going to help, at least stay out of the way. Deal with the Scout Chorus and the Shattered Bastion. Indeed I will, but I will go and deal with that guy specifically.
Sorry, I can't.
First and foremost. But it doesn't take that long. I do have to, of course, have the conversation with the person, the sage sort of person, in the meantime as well.
Sorry,
but
I can't.
first, but that's okay. Are you some old bat? No door in the sky. No love, yes. Yes, no love then, when you just answer incorrectly. That's how it works. That's how it works. That's just all that she wrote, so to speak. Don't remember exactly how I answered to her, but yeah. You sure? Haven't told me. What do you want exactly? You live in a cave. Will you help? And then I'll see what I can do. Hidden truths. Addendum added. I won't be putting those shoes on now then. The shoes were unlucky for me. Yeah, I'll just climb from up here and that will be it. Okay, now we're a little bit up. Whatever that stuff was something.
Sorry, I can't.
Okay, quick save, now that we're up here at least. The gang leader eyes you cautiously at your appearance atop the balcony. Well, you should indeed, growls the butcherer. You should indeed be eyeing me cautiously. Faintbinder, are you gonna cut Warpler open for me? Are we going to have a problem? Attack rolls, enough talking. You're siding with them? Fuck. Dwans maggots got this law. Dog ass lick.
I'm not.
Hello, good evening to you too, Milan. Hyvää iltaa. Welcome to stream. I hope your week has been a good one. I would assume he would not open a door to you anyway. Possibly not. Who knows? Okay, you do your goddamn full spit first and foremost there. If you could, that could be cool. You can now just shoot with that goddamn bow. Pad of Frost. Do it.
Here to
Easy as
make
can be.
friends.
Goddamn Siren always going into dangerous locations. Did you even do that? I did request you to do something like that. I don't know even if that really worked very well. My skill, but can't be helped then I guess. I guess she needs this goddamn thing because she's doing stupid stuff. I guess I did use the power of this weapon, but that's the one very small little thing that I did actually use before.
I'm on it.
Restore your own health, you goddamn fool. Fool you. Could you do this one? That could be cool.
I'll do it right away.
Enchant us if you could. And petrify this individual.
Sorry, I can't.
If you can. Yay. God damn, you're getting completely destroyed, Serene. Absolutely just destroyed. You can try to unravel their minds, I guess.
Get back here!
I guess we could do this for her as well, so... Maybe. Go do a charged fist at this person, I guess. We could do that sort of thing quickly. So we could maybe get it just a little bit further away. Some extra healing. You could try to do healing on Barrick on the other hand, mayhaps. And concussive bolt maybe too. On that individual mayhaps. Let's see if we can destroy some of these guys. Good, one killed. Can't really get easily to that though, which is kind of annoying. Maybe I should really concentrate in trying to kill this individual then, with you at least. You can try to kill this guy, I guess, still. Sure, do this. Actually, you also have this, so do that quickly on Serene, so maybe she could actually survive. Try to do another petrification then. Some burns.
You got it.
Come back and face me!
You'll have to hit harder than that!
Yay. Surviving at this point at the very least. Just fine. Do this. That guy died very, very clearly. And now that guy is also dead. A nice shot. Yep, that's all cool. I guess we can heal Barrick a little bit. barely injured. Do a full spit if you can.
Do I really need to?
Aw, full spit didn't work. Sad times. Heal Barrick
think it
and
will help.
probably yourself too at the same time.
Right. I feel a bit lightheaded.
Ah, well, Serene went and fell again. Guess I'm not too surprised. Eh. But I didn't want to go and all the time just he makes so much effort for her when she got that. Just wants to be in bad places. Bad places she wants to be in. I missed. How could we just miss like that?
Not a problem, boss. This is useless. I should try something else. Can't do that.
Well, let's try to petrify this Rose the Butcherer.
This is
It
useless.
is actually
I
the
should try
Rose
something
himself.
else.
I didn't realize actually even that it was actually Rose himself there. Already fighting us. He's a busy though. He's dead. Breath is 0. Have absolutely 0 pret. You had an okay week. Mine was fine, just a lot of stress with all the tests and stuff. I'm sad to hear that you have problems with sleep, Caesar. At least you were able to sleep better than yesterday. Buying a lot of sweets. Well, I don't know if they help or not, but maybe. Maybe this was the guy that actually... No, that's a disfavored dude then. Being entrapped here. It seems. The chorus collapsed the entrance to this cave, blocking it with huge slabs of heavy stone. Clearing it by hand would be the work of a span or longer. Hyrax. The tightly bound, disfavored soldier eyes follows your movement closely. He clears his throat as you approach, I think was what was said. The man bound before you wears disfavored violet crusted with patches of dried blood, the faint blue light of an outbound scout sigil shimmering unsteadily through a thick layer of crime. He watches as you approach under a lowered brow, his features sunken and dark. His right eye socket seems a bit darker than his left, as if he bears a near-healed bruise, and a sour scent of mingled sweat and urine wafts from him. Faint Pinder, he raps, then clears his throat. Apologies, I haven't had the occasion to say much today. You recognize me? Would hardly forget the Faint Pinder turned Harbinger, could I? We owe you a debt. I've no doubt the General has every intention of honoring it. I'm called Hyrax, son of Euperia, old daughter of Mariuk, currently attached to the 5th Burial. Good to see the butcher butchered. Would have been nice to do it myself, but I suppose I had my shot at him. He shifts against his bonds, winching at the conscript on the lower level to the pile of corpses, and I'll give you the intelligence I have found since coming here. I have to go and kill the conscripts too. I'm surprised Rose left you alive. You strike me as a liability. For him, yes. They think I will tackle what I and my brethren have seen. They underestimate my willpower, but have taken joy in testing my limits. I could just kill him. I just could kill the Kyrax. I'll take care of those bones for you. I'll at least free him at this moment. I appreciate the sentiment, and normally I'd say risk it, but my arms were both broken and neither said right. I need the sawbones to break them again before they'll menstruate. So I can't fight for shit. And if you free me, you lose any element of surprise you'd otherwise have. It's bad play whichever way you slice it. Okay, well, I'll see what I can do. He nods mutely. Mana Pyrex Ashe protects. Your sleep schedule is fucked up. At least mine can't be at the moment because I was in all of that star trouble as in this week was quite of a busy week. Busy week.
Interesting.
Yay, something in the rubble. Lots of purple stuff. Well, won't mind if I do take that all. Won't say no to that.
Can't do that.
Yeah, let's climb up. Check what's hiding inside here. Iron armor. Some more crane. And mint shot venom. But I do wonder if I should or would need to try to kill him in the end. Because I am slightly worried that it will be a trouble keeping him alive for the sages in here if they're supposed to try to be hiding in this location. So having this guy alive might be a problem, but at least I would like to get the info from him first. Well, let's lower the ramp first and foremost. Well, you guys are here. Could you mind just leaving? If you want to leave, I would be fine with that.
Of course.
Because, yeah. You
I
stay
suppose I can
here
do
is the
that.
problem. I don't want you guys around, you know? What a mess. There was a time when I thought this was all going somewhere. The butcher had, you know, some ideas, some plans. Did he now? Yeah, hopefully the weekend can mend that. The bad sleeping schedules. You know, I can understand if allergy might be a problem in that for sure. Not very good ones, clearly. Clearly. At least as the Outbound, the Archon will appreciate that gift. Might even promote me, or at least not ram a spear up my backside. I kinda don't wanna kill him. It's not like all of them can just choose to be in a chorus, I guess. But obviously now they ain't going to be taking the Outbound with them. The Outbound stays with me. But it's not like I can go back to the Voices of Nerat empty-handed. Worse than empty-handed considering lost gear and manpower. You like to sleep. Let's scare him away, at least try to. Yeah, well, I will say this, obviously enough. Like I said, I won't be letting him take the prisoner. You can leave without the Outbound, or you can stay and join rolls. Athletic skill experience. The blood drains from his face and he nods roughly. Yes, Fightminder, my thanks to you. He and his crew shoulders their gear and stumble away. And do not return.
Right.
But yeah, I wouldn't have been happy to, well, let them take anything else, and if I would need to kill them, but at least they're just recruits, so it's not like they have a lot of choice. There's something profoundly wondrous in outliving your enemies. He grins something feral on the way, his lips curl over his eye teeth. Get these ropes off of me, and I'll tell you why I'm out here. Maybe I should go back to the sages first. That's what I'm wondering. Should I go to them first? And I've been very friendly with the disfavored, but I really don't want those guys, the sages, to be in trouble. So, But you tell me and I free you. Yeah, but I could be nice. I'll take care of those bones for you, Bones. Thank you, Fane Bider. Hayek straightens as you release him, then stretches. He joins, crackling loudly. He scowls at his arms, which were obviously badly broken and have healed twisted by his bonds. I appreciate the aid. My team wasn't the first Iron God Akalos sent to this estate, and the other never reported back. We were dispatched to recover whatever was left of them, but we found precisely nothing. No gear, no evidence of a fight, nothing that seemed a sign left for other disfavored to find. Then trolls hit us, at night by surprise, like a motherless coward. We had set watch, obviously, but one of his mages did something to Correx that kept him from calling out. It was the pain of him burning that woke me and the others, the only reason we were able to kill the horsemen we did. He shudders, then releases a sigh. No one else survived, only the General's grace saved me. We canvassed the area pretty thoroughly before Rose showed up. Only place we'd stayed out of was the cave in the back. And the whole scared Rose shitless though, so we closed it up. He looks towards the jumbled pile of stone to the north. Wish we'd gotten a chance to check in there for the first crew. Then at least I'd have something to take back to the Iron Heart. And the old man locks his eyes on yours. Faintbinder, you said to be a close ally of the General, so there's something you need to know. We had a secondary objective out here. The original reason that the Iron Heart dispatched the first squad to this backwater. The Legion lost track of the Earthshaker out here a few spans back. Chances are he went as rogue as his Archon before him. We can't have every Cheeseman mutter hurling boulders at us, so if he's not dead, he needs to be. He nods. Your only chance of making that happen now. You know what I know, Faintbinder. I need to return to the Iron Heart and report in. He looks at his arms. And get this limb straightened out. No enjoyment in that, I promise, but at least it will distract me from everything else. Claire silently. No, don't pick that. Just a joke. Claire silently. I can't pick Claire silently. It feels wrong in this case. Just he tells me all of this and then just glare silently at you. So sure, Craven Ashe protects you. That he does, if only he could do more. Farewell, Fatebinder. With a final glance at you, the Oathbounder walks away. Bye. But I have no plans to kill the Earthshaker. I'm not, even if I'm on this favorite side, I'm not 100%, I guess, on their side in the end. But they're out here now. Out of here, I mean. All of them. At least for the moment and time being. You don't exactly work quiet, do you? I suppose that ruckus means it's all taken care of? Clean and tidy? They're gone. How do you plan on getting into this cave of yours? There was always the chance we'd get stuck out here, that the mountains would move again, or Kairos forbid, Cairn would come back to finish what he started. So Vax, one of our specialists, he could do some alchemical compound called Ocean's Fire. Burns as fast and hot as a Watchcaster spell. Set correctly, it will clear the cave entrance out in an instant. But it gets pumped wrong, say, by some idiot chorus conscript. We all meet the void well short. No. Definitely a no. Give me the ocean fire, I'll see to the cave entrance. Her sigh reveals profound reveal, and she accompanies it with a nod. Thank you. Be extraordinary careful with it. You don't want to be within 20 paces when the paste meets the air. Hunker down behind some rubble up top, then lob it at the cave entrance. The party has received ocean fire. She reaches into one of the crates and pulls forward an unpainted clay pot. She passes it to you with extreme gentleness, and you note that its lid is sealed with a thick ring of melted wax. Oh, and don't miss. I plan not to try. At the very least, to go and miss. 2 more. Ungrateful soldier, report him to Tunon. Ungrateful indeed. Alrighty, so... Take cover? But I'm supposed to go close, I guess.
You got it.
Let's at least have some of us in cover.
Let's be
Is
off.
it me with it? So I guess I gotta try to do it. The chorus and explode the jar of ocean into the air, starting its ignition process. Explosion! Explore the cave! Yay!
I got it.
Was good to get rid of all the skulls and disfavored soldier before opening this cave entrance. That sounds like some sort of a beast. A
Did you
beastie.
hear that, Binder? Sounds like a humming in the walls.
Interesting. Does look like an interesting location, this cave. Luminescent mushrooms dot the cavern floors, emitting a disquieting glow without providing much in the way of illumination. Looks cool. This stone formation quietly hums, a
You
slowly...
hear this too, right?
Sirin lightly presses her palm into the stone.
It feels like he left it for me. A message.
Fool. She tries to press an ear to the stone, succeeding only in knocking her headdress against it. Cross your arms. A message.
There's some meaning in the music, I think.
She shakes her head.
I don't understand it. But maybe there's more deeper in. Let's go.
Okay, it's good that we are having Sirin here with us, clearly. Sirin pulls a crystal from the formation and slips it among her belongings. It slides free without effort. Interesting. I was trying to read this though, Sirin. You kind of disturbed me from that. This stone formation quietly hums a slowly modulating melody. Its tune reminds you of the Archon of Song. Intriguing indeed. Oh, yeah. Hill Striders, yeah, there's more beasties. Clearly also, if we had our Beast Woman here, that could be interesting. Well, not sure if these guys are having something to do with the people outside. Earthshaker hood, merchant hat. Okay. Hill Strider. The shadows shift before you in hulking masses of darkness. As they step closer, the pale luminescence of the cave fungi highlights blunt, bony features. A lips curl back over yellow fangs and violent gums, and sinewy muscles tighten as the beast-clawed fingers spread open. Another human. Another human. The largest of the figures stepped forward, revealing herself as a heavily muscled beast woman covered in a rust-colored fur. Her yellow gaze narrows intensely upon you, nostrils flaring the drink in your scent. Does new human of a man flesh the hill strider's pack? Crying leather class of a more bone than meat, made short meals for beast woman? Eesh. You ate the people who came before. Beast woman wastes no meat, not even human meat. She scratches her belly with a satisfied grin. I opened your cave for you. It seems to me that some gratitude is in order. I wonder. Let's get back for Beast Woman. I don't know. Of course, maybe, but... Well, I did open it. Does human think moving stones should make Killstrider ache with rotting desire? She stuffs heavy ducks, popping with her laughter. Ha ha ha! Beast woman has seen strength of many and great axe in worn hand. It's not so easily impressed. I have no quarrel with you, Beast woman. I'll simply be on my way. The Beast woman licks her fangs, regarding you with a deadly interest. Well, you will let us through, or we will tear your arms from your sockets and couple your boots of your hides. Maybe, but I doubt. Athletic skill experience. She takes a step back, then dips her head lower than her shoulders. Hillstrider knows gratitude. If human cleared milestones, then Hillstrider supposes human may pass. Her backmate steps to either side, opening a path. Well, I guess thanks. I guess thanks for that.
Yes.
What's in here then? What's in here? I do not know. So I guess no one else has even had indeed these DLCs anyways in here, so no one knows anything about
There
this.
are people here? Gross. Who would choose to live in this fetid hole?
I guess they don't have a lot of choices. I guess that's the main issue. Outsiders, run! The ones who got away. Find the leader of the refugees. Speak to someone in charge to learn more about these refugees and how they got here. I'm fine by them though. I don't need to be hostile to them. I hope I don't have to. Yay, scrolls and
Can't do
stuff. The Faintbinder, how did you? I mean, welcome. Ah? The Faintbinder, how did you? But welcome, Mel. Faintbinder, good day to you. The young man greets you with a smile as distant sounds reverberate through the area, steadily growing in volume. As you might have observed, your presence comes as a bit of a surprise. It's an unexpected pleasure, I mean, to receive an esteemed servant of the god. He boasts stiffly, revealing a row of multi-shaped quills along his back. Ah. Rolling in blind. I am Scribe Mel of the Velum Citadel, formerly of, I suppose I should say. You aren't here to... I mean, Kairos doesn't have another edict in store for us, does he? He taps a long quill against his thighs, its weather plume fluttering nervously in return. I figure if that was the case, I'd be waist deep in love as we speak. The sage concludes with a half-hearted chuckle that tapers into terrified silence. Claire silently. What is this place? I struggle with the definition myself, truthfully. We call this place the Pastor's Wound, or just a wound for short. It's a refuge of sort, a haven for folks displaced by war and poor decisions making. Everyone that's here discovered this place by chance, but remains by choice. The decor is unorthodox, to be sure, but it does come with the benefit of extreme seclusion. And he declares silently, get ready to pronounce edict. Mumble strange words under your breath. Not that we object to the court's presence or that of the Archons. We simply thought it best to unburden you all of the fate of Covenants. I know you have better things to do than check up on us. We're fine, really. Everything is fine. You look past the scribe, taking note of the details in the cavernous area. Giant stone walls flank the space that ascend to an open sky, seemingly shorn apart from one another. Thunderous waterfalls cascade down, nearly ringing the stone, tiled islands that comprise the settlements. Though covered by damp moss and man-made tents, the stone architecture here is unmistakably of the old walls. Ooh. Old walls. Why are you all here? Entry into the old walls is forbidden. Of course, I can see why things might appear that way. He stammers, running his hands clumsily over the scrolls along his bandolier. He snatches one from his loop and taps at it nervously. If you look at this drawing of the area, we are, by way of several fathoms below the old walls you see rising up, so who's to say we're in the walls or really just on the ground? Yes. I mean, other than a fate finder, of course, I merely mean to success that there's some potential ambiguity as to whether we've really done anything wrong. I want to examine the parchment. Sketched upon the crumpled parchment is a cross-section of what appears to be old walls running through the mountainous region of the Bastard Tier. If this map is accurate, these old walls run almost entirely under the mountains. And the upper reaches of these old walls are just a few stories above the valley floor. Judging from the map, the old wall slopes upwards as it travels north, and slopes downwards as it heads south. Guilty of trespass. Claire's son, this permissibility of the seven depends upon its contribution to the court and its officers. Claire silently. It's kind of funny though when he is so like just trying to peace a person as in me, because well, he knows that we are powerful, so, and we've done a lot of edicts before, so I wonder what sort of a money gift he would be giving us, but I'm not here to condemn this settlement yet. Thank you, Fangpider. I heard that you gave warning to the sages at the Velum Citadel before the edict came. I'm glad to see that your mercy extends to us as well. Things here are complicated. I will merely say that this is an unusual place, and its legal standing somewhat unclear. We would never knowingly violate Kairos' law, is what I mean. We appreciate your generosity, Fangpider. I hope that you will come to appreciate the wound in time. No doubt you have many questions of us. I shall do my best to acquaint you with this outpost. Is there anything I can help you with? I have questions about the wound and its history. The analysis and creations of historical documents was one of my chief areas of focus at the Citadel, and I've had enough time to acquaint myself with the particulars of this place, so I suppose I am the person to ask. What would you like to know? How did everyone get here? This place was discovered 3 years ago by braver and more adventurous souls than Master Lexim and I. Master Lexim must be the Sage L. We're relative newcomers, going about a year at this point. When Ken smashed Trostone Vorus Manor, his supporters fled into the cracked mountainside and discovered this place. At the time, life here with the Bane sounded better than life at war with the Archons. From there, the settlements grew in bursts. We are far off the beaten path, so visitors are rare, but the few we've gotten have often made this place home. Not every encounter with the outside has been positive. When some disfavored found us, things got ugly fast. But the bloodshed was limited and the survivors joined us in the end, if a bit reluctantly. I'm not sure if it should be the case that the disfavored survivors would have to join them. There's no ambiguity in Kairos' laws. How could you success that? Of course. Not. What do you know about this place? A remarkable place, is it not? He stretches his arms apart, looking around for emphasis. We've no idea how old this corner of the old walls happens to be, but the tunnel leading into it came into being a few years ago. Gaen's fury was unleashed in a battle on the top side, and whatever powers he used split under the mountains and fractured these old walls. He points upwards, past the crashing waterfalls and towards the exposed sky. The divided walls flare outwards, a giant maw stretches towards the firmament. Crack the full damn old walls in half, and now sunlight and water are here for the first time since ever. Makes me wonder if there are other old walls like this that are hidden from view to those of us just walking the surface. How do you survive in this place? What do you eat? We get enough sunlight to cultivate crops on the upper levels. Cabbage, gnashroot, radishes, mushrooms even. The biggest challenge here is drinking water despite appearances. He leans forward while speaking, his tone energetic. It's rather interesting phenomenon actually. Something in the old walls environment leaches into the water and corrupts it, producing a most curious disease in the afflicted. There's no fever, chills, bleeding, vomiting, or what have you, but you will waste away over time as if one were starving. Tidecaster Vakstaff devised a method to magically treat the water, rendering it safe to consume and with curative properties for those already sick. This solution is a bit slow at making large amounts, but fortunately Jaspers constructed some stone aquifers. Water poured into these aquifers will drain a few hours later and emerge purified. Between their contributions, we are able to make the wound a proper home, so long as the two keep their squabbling to a minimum. Do the pain not threaten you? He nods, absent-mindedly rubbing the dried ink between his fingers. Yes, of course, but we have a system for that. You met our Cretan party in the caves, I take it. Incidentally, what happened to... He shakes his head, dismissing the thought. It doesn't matter. The point is that we have a contingent of beastmen with us, and they've adapted exceedingly well to the old walls and show little fear of the abominations. They've been perfectly eager to dig their claws into any that come our way. It's surprising that even works, by the way. But who am I to argue? At any rate, they keep the entry point to the wound clear, and seem content on keep doing so. In fact, I dare say some of them have come to love hunting the Bane, or just have a death vision. That's why they volunteer for patrol day after day. Let's speak of other matters then. Is there anything I can help you with? What do you do here? What I don't do. Someone has to inventory the supplies, take census, ledger trades. It's all pretty unexciting. I assure you, I happen to like playing steward. Balancing numbers is easy for me, and I have far more responsibility than I ever did as a mere scribe at the Citadel. Aren't you a bit young for a sage? If I was a tenured sage, then it may well be true, but I am just an apprentice. Many in the guild scribe for decades before attaining rank. At school is no more, I suppose. As the school is no more, I suppose I'll never officially be counted among the sages. But I am making my contributions to knowledge in my own ways. My master thinks similarly, though I think the loss of a school means more to her. I had a few years to know the other sages, she had a few decades. Where is your master? Master Lexium is sadly not amongst us. She vanished into the lower levels some time ago. She wasn't herself. He furrows his brow, visibly distressed. Life here is rather complicated, and the old wolves bless us with numerous mysteries. One of those is unending sleeplessness and affliction that drove her mad. What do you do as a town steward? It's not anything fascinating, really. I just help with all sort of practical affairs that help keep the wound running. tracking inventory, coordinating supply runs, determining our resource deficiencies, locking birds and deaths, organizing events, that sort of busy work. It's not intellectually demanding work, but I'm happy to do it. So who is in charge here? Unfortunately, that's a matter of debate at the moment. For a while, two men in Portugal led this settlement. Tidecaster Wagstaff is such a weird name. Tidecaster, who has been here the longest, and forge-bound Master Jaspos. They made it possible to survive here, but rarely see things eye to eye. Were the conditions here not so fragile, it certainly would have come to blows ages ago. I'm certain they would have come to blows ages ago if the survival conditions here were not as so fragile. Someone who managed to befriend those beast people deserved respect. There was also Beast Woman Reef Talon, really quite a remarkable creature actually. She held this place together and kept tempers at bay until fairly recently. She was a worthier leader as we've seen in the wound, but she's no longer with us, so the bickering between Jaspos and Wagstaff continues. Tell me about Jaspos. Look for the broad-shouldered man with the booming voice. He's almost always taking out his frustrations on some poor rock or boulder just there, by his forge. He points northwest towards a plume of smoke rising above a surrounding wall. Jaspers and his two apprentices arrived at some time after Wagstaff. I think we worried he'd be a true loyalist and demand we surrender to Kairos. But he's taken a shine to this place and is trying to create his own little corner of Teratus. I think he likes the seclusion and being surrounded by a variety of rock types. He built most of the bridges you see here, some sisters to fill the water. He's a one-man work crew, and he knows it unfortunately. He has more than a few supporters, particularly since he created those purifying aquifers. The water here causes illness, and without his help, most of us wouldn't have enough clean water to drink. What about then Wagstaff? He chuckles, his lips pressed together in a slight knowing smile. Prickly old fellow, Wagstaff. One of the last Tidecaster, the Tears, I believe. His eyes widen in sudden realization. His kind were enemies to Kairos, true, but I'm certain he has no personal designs against the Overlord, Fainpinder. He is not one for pleasantries or charisma of any sort, but he is a master of his craft. He was the first to treat the toxic waters in these old walls, and to date is the only cure that works. The wound would be in bad shape without him. Give him some time and you might see beyond the gruff exterior. Just know that he prefers the solitude of his pool, so don't head over there unless you're willing to suffer his glare. Glares! Someone else that likes to glare. So, a beast woman was in charge? That's a bit unusual. Indeed, but Reef Talon is a most unusual beast. She's a lot more focused, patient, and sensible than all the other beasts I've ever encountered. Anyway, Reef Talon was able to organize beasts and humans into effective patrols against the Bane. With her in charge of defense, casualties dropped. No Bane ever slipped into the common area, and disputes between beasts all but disappeared. At a certain point, it seemed foolish not to have her in charge. We've had a few beast men wander into our refuge, and I don't know how or why, but life here changes them. I don't know if it's the Bane. Something in the water, something about the magic of this place. After a span or two living with us, most beastmen just seem to become a bit more civilized, relaxed. Maybe speak to some of the beastmen, perhaps you'll agree. What happened to Reef Talon then? Reef Talon was our bulwark against not only the Bane, but death itself. She had a mystic gift, or so we thought. Her touch brought everyone, the wounded, the sick, the dying, back from the edge. But it changed them. The curse wasn't noticeable at first, but seemingly without fail, those healed would slowly but surely stop sleeping. A minor malady at first, but a cumulative one. As days and weeks go on, they lose themselves, depression, malaise, paranoia, unending onto itself. My master Lexine was treated by Reef Talon, and in her case, she lost her ability to work magic. Between this and some disputes about whether it's proper for a beast woman to lead humans resulted in Reef Talon leaving the wound, disappearing into the depths of the old walls. Many of the sleepless followed. The sleepless that left haven't returned, so it's hard to be optimistic about any of this. That is strange. Have any of the sleepless recovered? He pauses in thought, nervously rolling a quill between his fingers. None have recovered, unfortunately. The result appears to be inevitable. Still, I can't help but wonder if Riftalon could have corrected this. It's a shame. You should know, Faintbinder, that there are a small number of people that have been treated by Riftalon but haven't fully lost their grip on things. Jaspus's apprentice Isley, for one. It is tough. It is taught, just a matter of time until the worst sets in. Let's see if I can ask the other question too, though. That is an unusual power. Can't say I've ever heard of a beastman mystic that does such things. 5 lore skill experience. I regret not being better student of beastman magics, but I concur. This is most unusual. What's strange and still, Riftalon did not boast about being a mystic. And beasts are nothing if not boastful. I have a hypothesis. Perhaps she slew so many bane their sickly powers have soaked into her very touch. He shrugs, letting out a long sigh. But it's just speculations. All I know for sure, scores of lives were inevitably ruined by her healing gift, and walks here have some complicated feelings towards Riftalon. He pauses in thought, nervously rolling quill between his fingers. None have recovered. Yeah, that's then the same thing. Maybe you have the same disease. Maybe. Have you let a beast woman touch you then? That's the question. Has a beast touched you? That should tell you if you have the same problem. Well, I received a missive from Sage L. That directed me here. Know where I can find this person? Shades L? That could only mean Lexine contacted you. If I may, in regards to what? I'll show him the missive. The sage holds the parchment for all of 3 seconds before nodding slowly. That's her handwriting, no doubt about it. Been a while since she penned her own missives. Master Lexime is sadly not amongst us. She vanished into the lower levels some time ago. She wasn't herself. He furrows his brow, visibly distressed. Life here is rather complicated, and old walls bless us with numerous mysteries. One of those is unending sleeplessness, and an affliction that drove her mad. He lets out a long sigh, then smiles a forced grin. Ah, very well, Fatebinder. If you haven't done so yet, please speak with Jaspos or Wagstaff. The wound doesn't speak with a single voice, but those two come the closest to such a thing. Oh, lady. Let's not get that far. Oh, it's just the truth, though. Clearly. So let's see how exactly did the sage write to us anyways. May this... bargain with the gourd. I am lies in 2. Oh yeah, about preserving some of her texts, so to speak. That I could preserve some of her texts. It's weird that it's here like this, even though I've read this already. It seemed like it would have been new. But it's definitely something. Maybe it's because I read it before I had to load the goddamn game. That's probably the case. That's probably the case. A merchant? A Fainbinder, gracious. Did you come for you want to speak Master Jaspers? He's noticed of here in the forge.
There is a certain decaying beauty to it. Do you hear that too?
I do hear something, but this does definitely seem to be a place where Cyrene was good to be brought. She reacts so much to all sort of stuff here. While they wouldn't vetter a strong gale, this tent seems stable enough to offer some privacy to the denizens of the wound. Cots, petrols, and woolen blankets lie within. I wonder where the door would have led me exactly. Oh, the stench of beastmen. I see living near the humans has not improved that at all. Little beast cups. Little cups of beasties. How cute. Wound kind sense blood on human, old blood and new. And humans protects, yes. Why do humans have no fur? Yeah, that's a good question, Beast Club. Beastie Cup. Why do we not have fur? That seems like a teleportation location, which is also interesting. Please speak to Master Jaspers at the forge before pronouncing any verdicts. What's this?
You see that?
That took me somewhere. I do see something, yes. Torrential water plummets down from the jagged openings in the old walls above, shown by the passage through the ancient tunnels. A cool mist brushes your face, smelling faintly of dust and decay. Okay. This is where they grow some of the crops. Greens, mushrooms, how long do they intend to be down here? Probably a long time. Shard, gnashwood, charlock, and tubers all flourish in this noisome soil, and despite growing deep within the old walls. I don't know you. You could question ask them fuck stuff down in his right room. A faint finder. You should speak to Jasper and the backstab. Yes. I know. I gotta go and talk to them first and foremost. Ooh. No, staff of entropy. Seems to be better than my staff. And then more stuff. Ocean's Fury. Faint illumination within sky above limbs. The jagged edges of the fractured old walls overhead. Far below you can make out the flickering dots of torchlight markings the wound community. Verdicts, you mean edicts? Probably both. Edicts are kind of a verdict. Verdict nonetheless as in a judgment, and then there might be a verdict after all words because you've already passed the judgment. Welcome, fate by the Master Justice down in the forge will steer you right if you haven't spoken to him. Obviously haven't spoken to anyone yet. They also have some piggies. How nice.
Curious.
Curious indeed. Why my monies? Little looks appealing about these rubbery, dung-scented mushrooms, yet the settlers of the wound care for them as if they were the finest fruit. Maybe they are. Maybe they just don't look like it, but they are. Okay, doesn't seem that there's anyone out here that I can talk to as of yet. So, I guess I would need to return here at some point to see about maybe having a chat with someone or another. Okay. We'll see. I'll at least check a lot of this town, but it would be too long for me to at the moment start to be going into this old walls to try to locate this person at the very least. So I think we can't be going this place through completely today. That would be a little bit too much. Sad but true, I'd say. A little bit on the much side. That's a disfavored who is just, well, imprisoned there like that. That's the problem. I wouldn't want the disfavored to be kept here as a prisoner like this, but I would also just rather have her not tell about this location, because the problem is that how do the disfavored think of this place would be a bit of a problem. I don't want it vanishing or something or being punished. Della Sofia. A proud shouldering woman in disfavored remnant dangles against the nearby column, suspended by her wrists. Though still Garbed in the iron breastplate of her unit, she is without helmet and appears unusually at ease in her compromised position. A nearby settler engages in a friendly conversation with the disfavored. She peers down at him, listening with dutiful patience. The last lure hooked the trout just fine, but it took the whole thing downstream with it when the knot gave out. I read the line several times, just like you said. You aren't whipping me, are you, Sophia? Who stays your hand, Faintbiter? We must right this injustice immediately. Let's ask, what is this soldier's crime? Huh? Oh, it's hardly my place to say. Far be it for me to posture like I'm a leader and lawbringer. The settler seems amused just to be consulted. Looks like you have company. Talk later, Sophia. The settler turns to you wearing an uncertain smile. Good hunting then. As the settler turns away, the bound soldier takes note of your approach. Tell Sophia to find you in this cesspool of trespassers. He shakes his head. Worry not, we shall release you from this bondage at once. Oh, wait, who the... Parik? Is that you? She doesn't remember at all, apparently. Alright, that's why. She just doesn't remember us recognize anymore. No, please, leave me be. I'm sworn by my duty to slay these fools, and sworn by honor to see to their safety. It is easier to have no choice in the matter. Okay. So yeah, she's sworn as a king's favor to slay them, but on the other hand, sworn by honor to see them to safety for whatever reason. You'd rather stay up there. Even if you set me free, I'm too hungry to fight. It's the only thing I'd have the mind to do. The time will come when I can free myself, and I will grab the opportunity with both hands. She clenches her pale fingers into fists. I'd salute an officer of the court, but I'm somewhat indispositioned at the moment. I don't think we've met her before, but Parik, of course, can know her, nonetheless. How did you end up in that column? A few spans back, after Cairn was finally declared rogue, the general wanted folks looking for what made Cairn lose his sanity, or his loyalty depending on your outlook. My unit played escort for a team of Earthshakers as they retraced Cairn's journey through the tears. We were headed to the Cage of Judgment and came across a crevice which happened to be... well, she gestures upward with her head. A middle-aged woman walks by while clutching a woven basket, giving Sophia a wave that his favorite soldier nods in return. Good day, Eutysia, she waves and watches the passing settler before returning her attention to you. You sure seem to be in good terms with the locals. They're rather lovely folk, despite all of them being Kyra's smoking scum deserving slow deaths. She attempts a limited expression of a shrug. Where was I? We paused to investigate, only to find this nest, this hive. Trespassers living with beasts as equals, all of it an abomination. There was no choice but to put them to the sword. We fought well, but our advance fell apart when that coward Archean threw up his arms and surrendered. He broke ranks and left us exposed. If I hadn't been knocked senseless, I would have executed him myself. Woke up hoisted up on this wall, and I've been here ever since. How are you still alive? Craven Ashe protects. The General's Aegis can sustain us through far more trying circumstances. She maneuvers her shoulders in a dim approximation of a salute. My wrists are mangled, and I've been tired and hungry for longer than I can remember. But I'm far from death's door. The settlers feed me just enough to keep going. She glances down at her dirt-encrusted armor. I'm sure I smell worse than a beastman dung heap, though. Why don't the settlers just execute you? They have, in a sense. The beastwoman leader of the local pack ordered that I be strung up until death. Guess she didn't understand Ash's Aegis, so who's laughing now? Welp. Nobody wants to anger the residents paying hunters, so the beasts must have their way. I have had plenty of time to get acquainted with the locals while I perish. It's almost a pity they're all doomed under Kyra's... She's a very complicated person. And yet this seems to be a big DLC. Yeah, this, well, if no one else has encountered it, then I assume it must be a DLC part. And I do have all the DLCs that are possible to be there, so would make sense. Would make sense. Well, I must be going then. Have fun dying very slowly.
I got it.
Well, not much I can do about that. He doesn't even want anyone to do anything about that. Force pounding this hole. Surely they cannot outwit the Legion from here. Isley was the one that also had suffered of the same problem of not being able to sleep very much. I remember that much. Tonnes isn't the main guy though. Like the watchbound enclave at Legion's Crossing, it seems these craftsmen have hewn and set the stones of the old walls into an admirable art. He wanted to speak to the master, he said. These are very strange people. Very strange people indeed, I'd say. I would assume this is the DLC, must be. And besides, it's not exactly this favorite stuff. It was just part of the fact that I got good enough of a favor with the sages. After all, that's when I got the missive, because I got this much favor with the sages. So, if you've gotten this much favor with the sages and nothing happened, then I assume, yeah, it would definitely be part of a DLC. After all, right after this, they contacted me, unless it's something that is just related to the fact that I got 3 spires, which is also possible, but it did happen right after this, so... There's at least Jaspos, one of the guys I was supposed to talk to. This will be taking a long time though. Should I talk to them at least still? The board of the leaders. I guess I could try to check this whole place, but this will take a long while to try to talk to this guy too, I assume. So in that sense, maybe I shouldn't yet. Not exactly certain. The Grey Boys is getting better and better. Which is cool. Which is cool. But yeah. Saten Tenho, did you have a good favor with the sages? Did you have good favor with the sages, Caesar? Sages didn't like me when I was in the chorus, but when I was with rebels, I think we were in good relations. Yeah, I would assume as much. That's probably the case. No wonder that they wouldn't like you exactly when you were with the chorus. I'm not too surprised about that. Not too surprised about that at the very least. But okay. I think that's enough for today. I think that's enough. Because this discussion will take a long time. So better to talk to both leaders of this place next time. And then we'll go and investigate whatever we can go and investigate in this place. There's still places in here to check out too. I assume this is the place where the other leader is. And wherever we can go deeper into this location is then a good question. Maybe it's that door right there. It is a door. Would make sense. That if we close by to the starting area, for example. Then there's another portal over there, wherever that leads. Your favor with the sages was about the same place as yours, I think, Kide. That's what I assumed. So, it's then definitely a DLC thing, I think. And sounds like a plan. Okay. So, I'll end the recording here. So, thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone here on Twitch streams enjoyed the stream of Tyranny, and I hope everyone in YouTube will be enjoying it as well after I upload it over there. So thank you very much. I hope you all have a great weekend and a good night. So bye bye, see you next time.